customer, and they'll be listed through Blinker. So what they're doing is they're really passing the savings on, avoiding the auction, not running them through the auction, and selling them direct to the consumer. So it's going to be a great deal for the customers. So we will start having those cars next week in both Colorado and Texas.
And they're just going to go out and just snap pictures like everyone else.
Yeah. They're going to load them up, and they'll be on our site like everybody else. They'll have.
You don't really charge anything.
Good morning. How are you?
And they'll be called Blinker Direct cars, so they'll be a little different category, so people will know that they're not being listed by a private individual, but they'll also know that they've been totally gone through.
Remembering so Blinker Direct, and that's what you're going to do for preferred like vendors.
Yep.
Did good. So even a car dealer wants to go on.
But not a car dealer. We're not there yet. No, but even if a car dealer wanted to list them, we're not doing car dealers. These are cars that are owned by a private company that would typically go to the auction. But now they're going to sell them directly.
They keep forgetting to tell them I'm not a robot. So Mark, marketing is going to be the juggernaut, man. Yeah, we know that.
That's everything. Because if people know about Blinker, they use it and they love it. Our NPS scores, Net Promoter scores, are in the 90s. Everybody uses it, loves it.
For us, each app user is cash. I can explain it, but it's literally cash. It's guaranteed. I mean, it can't not work as one that we're talking about, but here's the deal, and I just did it for years and years of this, and I know people will take to it, but here's the thing with you guys. It's got to be scary because when you spend that much money and you get that many downloads, what percentage turn out to be loans? Because you only make money for financing, right?
Currently, the cars that qualify for our loan, which is 10 years or newer, 80% of the people are taking our financing.
Holy crap. Okay. Mark, he's hitting it 80%.
Because our rates are so good. Our rates are competitive with the banks, and they're so easy. You can sit in here and do a transaction. You don't have to go anywhere to do it.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Wow. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your world a little easier, and we like to brag about millions of dollars we've recovered for you in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, and we hope to say a liver. It would be the first. You know, we promote a lot of good causes, and we did that thing on Facebook, and I'm not going to push it a lot because I guess the response has been overwhelming, and to such an extent that they need to go through all of the potential donors before they can, before we ask for more. But here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want people to cool off. We have hit hundreds of thousands of people, and people have responded with love. So this woman, she needs a liver. If you want to read about her story, Mark, the story is still up, right? The story itself.
The story is still up on referral list. They can click and get to
Troubleshooter.
And Troubleshooter, both of them.
Well,
but we had to stop the campaign.
Actually, I didn't do it on I only did.
I shared it over to there.
Okay, so
yeah.
Well, in any case,
honestly, the nurse. I want people to know how great it was.
You had to take it.
The nurse said, "Listen, we've got way more than we can even go through right now."
I don't want to discourage people though, so I don't want to give numbers. But because when you hear a number and you say, oh my God, there were that many donors, here's the problem. If truly none of them come through and I say we need more, I just don't want you to be cold. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait to see if a donor comes out of this bunch. To make this story shorter, this woman, a mother of 3, and a wife, and just a wonderful family. I say this. I said this before. It's like this. If you see this family, they are the ones that are in the picture frames before you put your own pictures in them. They're the ones that when you buy a picture frame, you see this family.
Like me and Suzanne.
Yeah. Picture perfect. She took care of herself. She's not a drinker, by the way. She has a rare liver disease. The liver is expanding and crushing all of her organs. She needs a transplant. Do you know the wonderful thing about a liver? If you donate half of your liver, did you know it regenerates in how long, Al? Do you know how long?
I have no idea, but that's good to know.
2.5 months.
Yeah, 60 to 90 days.
2.5 months.
It's back over 90% that quick.
That's a crazy deal.
Yeah, and yeah, that's
the human body is incredible.
So we've had a great response, and we're waiting now. We're just waiting. But please, if I say we need more, I like I said, even though we had a great response, we don't know if we'll find a donor right now. We're just trying. So we might be able to add that to the hundreds of millions of dollars we've recovered.
You know, off subject, because that's how I do it.
What?
This executive order that Trump signed last night.
Well, it's not off topic. It's a consumer topic.
No, I know it is. I mean off topic from that poor lady.
Oh.
It's the nail in the coffin, in my opinion, to Obamacare. It's it. It literally is it, and it started last night.
But, you know, there are a lot of people, and again, when we talk about health care, there are a lot of people who think Obamacare was what we needed.
Well, maybe so, but regardless, it's going to be gone now.
Well, okay. Here's the deal. Obamacare was going to implode on its own. It can't keep going.
No, but he just sped it up.
How?
Well, he signed he signed a couple yesterday that do a few things, but the one he signed last night does it immediately.
What does it do?
Anybody that's on a silver plan, or the majority, I should say, of people on a silver plan on the exchange, on Obamacare, they get a couple things. They get their tax credits, which makes their premiums each month lower. The other thing they get is if they go to the hospital, they get a cost sharing.
You're talking about what happens now.
Well, yeah. What happens now when they go to the hospital, if they're on the silver plan, they participate in cost sharing, which means instead of $12,000 a year out of pocket, they might only have $1,500 a year out of pocket. That money is subsidized by the feds going back to the insurance company. That's why they're out of pocket. If they're a married couple making $35,000 a year, no kids, they're paying $250, $300 a month for premiums. But on top of that, their max out of pocket might only be $1,500.
You're talking about
for a year
under Obamacare.
Currently.
But what did the executive order do to change it?
The feds will no longer give the insurance company that cost sharing to make that $1,500 out of pocket the way it is. It's going to go up to like $12,000 out of pocket. So imagine this.
But isn't that hurting people?
It will hurt people, but what it's going to hopefully do is force these idiots in Washington to get together and get it fixed. I mean, really, that's the only game plan here, is to get it fixed. But if you really think about it, now you're forced to pay $300 a month in that circumstance for something that if you ever used it because of an illness or a broken arm for that matter, it's going to bankrupt you because you're forced to pay $300 a month for the premium. You're only making $35,000 a year. You go to the hospital, your out of pocket's $12,000. Well, you're done. You're cooked.
So what you're saying is really, you're saying they made it intolerable, so now they have to change it. Well, you know, but that's not a solution. That's just...
No, but it's going to force Congress on both sides to do something.
And I'm not a great lover of Obamacare either, trust me, but I think here's the problem.
This accelerates.
When you have 40% of the people in the country getting free or near free health care...
Yep, and 85% getting subsidies.
No, but I understand. When you get 85% subsidies, 40% getting little or nothing out of pocket at all, it's hard to tell those people that we want to change their plan. Because, Mark, when we say we don't like Obamacare, we're talking about the few people, the 15 to 20% of the people paying astronomical premiums. But do you know, average families, are they paying astronomical premiums with subsidies? No, they're not.
No.
That's the thing. So how do you... has always been the problem.
The break-even's right about, if you've got a family of, I think, 3 or 4...
Nobody cares about fairness. When you're...
And you're at $100,000 a year, that's basically when you're not getting subsidies. Very close to that. So the family's making $100,000 a year, and they've got 3 or 4 kids. That's about where the subsidies go away. But even in that scenario, Tom, those people with no subsidies... You know, they could be paying close to $30,000 if any of those 6 people in that family end up in the hospital for anything. You know, their maximum out of pocket's $12,000. Their premiums are $1,200, $1,300 a month.
No,
that's a third of their income, though.
I know. Something definitely has to be done. I mean, something has to be done with healthcare.
This is going to speed it up because those people are waiting. Those insurance companies are waiting for checks right now.
No, I understand that. But I don't think that's a solution, though. All it is holding a gun to their head now.
It's saying, Congress, you better fix it.
I know. And they better fix it. People, we can talk about health care if you want, but we have full lines, and today is car day, and we have something great to talk about. In fact, it's so great, I am so pissed off that I didn't think of it. I love stuff like this. It's called Blinker. You may have seen the commercials. And Blinker.com is the website, but Blinker is really an app for the smartphone. And what I love about it, here's what I love about it. If you want to sell your car, you go out and take a picture of it. That's about it. It really processes the entire procedure, the entire process inside the app. We'll explain it as we go on, but it is so hands-free. It is so unbelievably easy. People call me and say, Tom, what do I have to sign, or what do I have to give someone, or what do I do, or how do I sell my car, or when do I give them the title, when do I have them sign this, do I have to have a bill of sale, and what if they need financing? They have no clue what to do. What Blinker does is basically turn you into a little dealer for yourself, because you can offer them, well, you're not offering it, but you can get them financed for your car. Well, you don't even have to do it. The app does it. You take a picture, and it knows everything about your car, everything based on that license plate. We're going to talk to the founder, Rodney Busher, and Rod's been in the car business for many, 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 many years. He was originally the one that dragged John Elway into the business with him, and he's been in the car business for years, and he's been retired from the dealership part, and then he went into this. So we're going to talk about Blinker, because it's unbelievable what it does. Then we have Al Aramis from Pro Auto Care. We have Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. Mark, what did you want to say?
You forgot something about Blinker.
What?
It's free.
That, of course. They don't charge.
There's no charge. I can
dime.
sell my car to anybody and not pay a dime.
No, you don't. And if they get financed, you don't pay a dime. And it's just unbelievable. Now, we're going to tell you exactly how it works. But if you haven't heard about it, you're going to want to. Because so many people on Friday, they ask, how do I sell my car? And Lord knows it's a difficult proposition. You don't want to be cheated either. I don't know if this can help you there or not. How does it? Does it qualify a buyer? I don't know. What if it's a fake buyer? Let's talk about that, okay? And we'll take all of your calls right after this.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
A couple of spots to watch out for in your drive across the highways in the metro area. Got a crash on the north end on northbound I-25 after 104th, blocking the left lane, back up to 84th already. Looks like improvements are being made on that crash southbound 225 after Parker. Speeds are improving. Look out for wreck being cleared eastbound Hamden at Knox, and some construction southbound I-25 to westbound 6th Avenue. The left lane of that ramp is blocked for guardrail repair. For more real-time traffic updates on your route, download the new Total Traffic app powered by Traffic Karma. The weather forecast, sunny and cool today, a high of 65. Right now, a few clouds and 48. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
This report is brought to you by your local Ford store. All-wheel drive isn't all you get with a new Ford SUV. You'll find all the safety and tech you need and the quality you deserve. It's all behind the wheel of a Ford SUV. This fall, get a great deal on America's best-selling lineup of SUVs, only at your local Ford stores.
Do you know what I want in an auto repair shop? Honesty, integrity, knowledge, and experience. I also like convenient locations. That's why I love Sheridan Auto Tech. All of those ingredients go into Sheridan. They're located conveniently in Lakewood, on Colfax just west of Wadsworth, and in Aurora on Havana just south of 6th Avenue. The repair shop I know and trust, and you can too. 303-455-7242. That's 303-455-7242. Sheridan Auto Tech.
Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on 630 KHOW. If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3, or call 888-959-4004 for a free demo.
Pat Miller, Gabby Gourmet, 5280 Magazine, announced its top 25 restaurants by Denise Mickelson. She'll be here with me. That means you listeners can agree or disagree this Saturday from 1 to 2 on 630 KHOW.
Broncos fans, listen to KOA News Radio on the iHeartRadio app so you can always be connected to your team no matter where you are.
You gotta believe it!
Football season is starting to heat up and you don't want to miss a thing. So make sure you download the free iHeartRadio app and make KOA News Radio and the Broncos just a tap away. Keep football with you right there in your pocket with the iHeartRadio app. Go get it now.
Napa know-how.
Even if the forecast doesn't call for rain, it calls for Trico Force wiper blades. Now $15 off when you buy a pair at Napa. Because in reality, a little water's no biggie compared to leaky garbage trucks, swarms of insects, or parking under a tree. So grab a pair of Trico Force wiper blades and get $15 off. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer ends 10/31/17.
You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. Tennessee Williams said that, and it's still true today. Remember the good old days when you pooled your change for a burger and a shake to share? Or you took a road trip with just enough cash to pay for the gas? When you're young, you can roll with the punches. But when you're retired, you need to know you'll have the income you need. Hi, this is Linda Gardner with Blue Heron Capital and host of Your Money, Your Retirement, right here on KHOW every Saturday. You worked hard and saved for your retirement. Now it's time to make sure you have income to last your lifetime. Call today for your complimentary, no-obligation visit and see how to get started with your own retirement income strategy, an income you won't outlive. Call right now, 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
For a limited time, get a free furnace with the purchase of an AC system. No gimmicks, a real deal from Plumline Services. But it won't last long. Special no-interest financing, a 10-year parts and labor warranty, plus special rebates and tax credits totaling nearly $2,000. Call now because it's over when they run out of these promotional units. 303-562-0439. 562-0439. Now 562-0439.
This Halloween, Jigsaw is back for his greatest masterpiece yet. Confess your sins, prove your allegiance, and enter for your chance to win tickets to see the film by texting DAD to ATOM1. Jigsaw returns October 27th.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. Now, Blinker.com. What does it do? Blinker.com. I'm going to go to the phones, I promise you. Please hold just a sec. Let's talk about Blinker.com. Rod Busher, when somebody gets Blinker, go through the process.
All right, it's really simple. To begin with, all you have to do is stand 6 feet behind any car in America, and you have 270 million cars, and in 3 seconds with one picture, you're going to know year, make, model, all the equipment, a value, and the approximate miles on that car.
Why? Because you can get that data?
We can get that data, yes.
Okay, so now when you know all that, do you give them an idea of what it's worth?
We give them instant values. As soon as you take a picture, you know instantly the car you're taking a picture of, you're going to know the value, the private party on value on that car instantly.
Okay, and so you put a price on your car. You don't tell them what they can ask for their car.
No. So if you're taking a picture and it's your car,
right,
then you take a picture of your driver's license. We verify that you own it. So the big differentiator.
So it's a real person with a real car, and they own it.
So we know we're verifying two things immediately. We're verifying, one, that the car is not a salvage car, it's not a flood car, it's not a stolen car, and we're verifying that you own it and you can sell it. So now we're bringing safety and security to that side of the transaction, and then we'll do that with the buyer also.
Okay, so now I have my car up and I put a price. Do I put options? Do I say like new? Do I write an ad?
So we do all that for you.
Okay.
So once you take that picture, we verify you. We have you take another dozen pictures, and we give you guidance on how to take those pictures, because we find that the quality and how quickly cars sell are based on good pictures and being priced properly.
So you'll take a few more pictures, and you'll write a brief description of your car. It could be that you have ads that don't show up from the factory, something you put on, some extra wheels, or you have a dent in the car.
All right.
And you want to represent that, because transparency sells, and people appreciate honesty about the condition.
All right.
So once you do that, then we give you pricing guidance. We show you wholesale, we show you private party pricing, and we show you what the dealer would sell that car for. And then we give you that pricing guidance. So say the range is from $20,000 wholesale, and it's $24,000 for private party, and it's $27,000 at the dealer.
Okay.
So now you're going to price it somewhere around that $24,000.
Now you got your car, but you don't have to write the ad. You don't have to do anything.
So the key here is, once you pick that price, we convert that to a monthly payment. So you say you price your car at $24,000.
Okay.
We convert that to a monthly payment of $350 a month.
You tell the buyers, if you buy this car, you can get it for this a month.
Right.
So, and so just like a dealer would.
90% of the people buy cars with a monthly payment. Private individuals have never been able to sell their cars for a monthly payment, and now that expands the universe of their opportunity to sell their car, and they get paid in full. So if you sell your car today for a monthly payment, Blinker takes the payments, you sell it for $24,000, $24,000 is in your bank account tomorrow morning.
That's what I want to go on now. So you take a picture of your car, they know everything about the car, you take a picture of your license, it's listed, and it's listed along with the possible financing if you want it. Now, in a little while, we're going to tell you how someone buys through this system and how do they get a loan. Is it complicated? Because that has been the thing that has killed private sales, financing. Now, it gives you the ability to sell your car, to get paid immediately. But the buyer can finance it. We'll talk about that coming right up. Let me go to the phones pretty quickly here. Thomas, what's going on? Thomas? Okay, I'm going to have to move on. I'm sorry. Drew, what's happening with you? Hello, Drew.
Yes, hi, Tom, and thank you. You got the only victory in the stock market scandal with me. You probably remember me, Drew.
Yes,
in
I
any
do.
case, what's going on right now, we're
what
putting
Drew
out
is talking about is years ago. By the way, my radio show on WABC in New York, Drew listens to me. You're in Jersey, right, Drew?
Yes, Tom.
Yeah. And Drew came up with a stock market scam. He didn't come up with it. He found it. He was a victim. And we got some results. Anyway.
Yes, and in the whole United States, Tom, you got the only stock market victory 100% back to Drew Bradford. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, Drew. Now, what's going on now?
There is a book company in Colorado that is sabotaging this book. 15-year effort. It is the best spiritual book that I think's ever been written.
You wrote it?
Yes.
Well, how can a book company sabotage an author?
Well, because initially the agent went to this company. I didn't pick the company, but then they both, their companies in Colorado, it's Outskirts Press, they both did not like one sentence in the book, so they sabotaged the book, refused to communicate with me, and now we're putting out the book through another company.
But what is this book company? Drew, when you say sabotage, listen, forgive me, but if I have an agent and I go to a book company and I say, here's my book, and they don't like it, how do they sabotage it specifically?
Well, they sabotage it by refusing any and all communications with me.
Well, okay, so you don't do business with them and go to another company. So
That's
how
what we're trying to do? We're going to put out this book in Thanksgiving with another company.
But why?
However,
okay,
the old company, Outskirts Press, still has their ad. So when people go to purchase the book at Thanksgiving time, they're going to see the book advertised by two different companies. It's going to confuse
Where do
people.
they advertise? Where does Outskirts, is that the name of the place?
Outskirts Press, they still have the ad.
Where do they have the ad?
And Amazon.
They are advertising on Amazon for your book?
Yes, even though they have no connection to me, and it's going to mess up.
Okay, why don't they just take the ad down if they're not selling it? Or do they claim, Drew? Do they claim they have the rights to the book?
No, they've sent me a letter, an email. They have
All right,
no
what's
rights
the name
to
of the?
book.
This is easy. What's the name of the book?
Our Best Friend.
Our Best Friend. Okay, listen. I think that they're located in Colorado. I think we can call them. I mean, what good would it do advertising a book that you don't represent? I mean, I think it's an oversight. Mark, you were going to say something. You look kind of disgusted.
Oh, I'm not disgusted, but this guy, every time he calls, he's kind of bonkers, man.
Well, he does. You know what? Drew does have, I will say this, some unique issues. I will say that. But
it's always something.
But hold on. But with the stock market scandal, I thought at first this guy's nuts until I started looking into it, and he truly had these guys by the balls. I mean, he did. So I know what you're saying. He does, but I don't know how one man can have such a collection of injustices. Drew, I think you're kind of a victim, and I'm not sure why. I mean, maybe somebody doesn't want you to do good or something, but Drew, you have to admit, you have been a victim quite a bit.
Yes, I'm a victim, Tom, but I like what you said before. Could you please call Outskirts Press and ask them to remove their ads?
Yes. Hold on. I want to ask you one. Weren't you also banned from the Giants or the Jets or something? Wasn't there didn't you have some kind of skirmish with one of the sports teams?
No.
Oh, am I misunderstanding? You never had a okay, maybe I'm confusing you. I thought that was something with the... Okay, never mind. Are you a pastor?
I am a true preacher, and this is a beautiful book, and I would just appreciate...
All right, Drew. I will help you, okay? I misunderstood. I'm getting you mixed up with someone else, too, but they both are from Jersey. And but Drew, hold on. Drew did have a true scandal with the stock market, Mark, and we opened it wide open.
He just sounds, I don't know if he is,
I also
just
uncovered,
as mad as a March hare.
You know, I also uncovered Helmsley. What's her name? You know, the Queen of Mean.
What was her name? I know you.
Yeah,
the hotel baroness.
You know what well, listen. You know when she said only little people pay taxes? Listen. Do you know I was the one, seriously, on my show in New York, I was the one who first started getting complaints about her from her people.
Her employees.
Yes.
That's what blew her up, right?
They literally called the show to complain about her because she was docking them for some ridiculous stuff. I mean, the one gardener was being docked for something because he chipped something. I mean, she was literally nuts when it comes to money. She was
nuts.
Okay, let's keep going. 303-713-8255. Okay, so... Blinker.com. The car's listed. It has a price. It has a monthly payment. I'm a buyer. Is there a number to call? Do I call that guy who is selling the car, Rodney?
No. So, if you want to get...
I want to buy that car.
All right, so you see the car and you're interested in it.
I just want the first step, and then we'll do more.
So the first step is, if you want to get pre-qualified so you know what your payments would be on that car with your credit, all you do is take a picture of your driver's license, tell us your annual income, sign off for a soft pull on your credit, and you'll get approval from us in less than a minute.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. If I want to buy this car, I take a picture of my license, driver's license. I give you my annual income. Is it on a form? When I hit... what do I hit when I'm interested?
It's all in-app, I'm sure.
It's all in-app. You're just taking a picture literally with our vision technology,
right?
Taking a picture of the front and back of your license.
Hit submit.
And it automatically submits it. And then screen comes up and says, how much is your annual income? You type that in. And then you submit. And then a form comes up, says, this authorizes us to do a soft credit pull.
Right.
And as soon as that happens,
within a minute.
Within a minute, you're approved. We give you the guidance. Or not.
Okay, so... now I want to know if someone wants to buy cash, what do they do?
So cash is simple. So now I find your car and I'm interested. I text you. It's all anonymous. I know your first name. You know my first name. I ask you questions about your car. I say, okay, I want to come see your car. I'd like to drive it.
Right.
In the ad, you've had a map that you've put a pin in the map and said, this is a place where I'm comfortable and I feel safe showing my car. It can be a Starbucks. It can be a police station. It can be your office.
Right. So you go and...
So that's where I'm going to meet you. I drive the car. I like the car. I make an offer to you in the app. You accept it. You reject it. You give me a counter offer.
But how do I know I'm not going to get a phony cashier's check and stuff like that? We'll talk about that coming up. Because payment is another big deal
Another big deal. You may not want a lot of cash, but these checks, you know what has happened with cashier's checks. Let's talk about money and how you get paid. This is very interesting. It's blinker.com. Plus, we have Car Day with our experts, so call with all of your problems. Will, I see your problem with Ed Carroll Volkswagen. We'll take that coming up.
In the face of tragedy, the world comes together. Hi, I'm Enrique Santos, and tomorrow night, iHeartRadio presents One Voice, Somos Live, a live televised concert to raise money for the families impacted by the recent natural disasters in Puerto Rico, Mexico, and the Caribbean with Bruno Mars.
It's us. We're the bank.
You're the bank, okay.
Yeah, we have a proprietary
I'm going to
lending
wait till
system.
about 11 to order since they get here so quick. I don't even know if they're open.
Yes.
But Mark,
Where were you
I have somebody saying he's right. I mean, the lighting's really dark. You can barely see Tom.
When we bought Metro,
With on the video.
so before that, I had Premier
Just
TV.
adjust one of these on you.
And
You got to see.
That's where I know you. I worked 104
He says
for
these
years.
guys
No way,
are fine.
Jack. Come on. No
He
way.
said these guys are fine.
I'm not
It's
kidding.
Tom.
I
He's
used to
like,
work for
Tom.
This one right,
Tom.
usually that one's pointing
I
at
worked
Mark.
for Melton
You're
years.
sounding a little crazy.
So I did the 104th gig.
Let me
starting
look.
back
I'm
in
looking at you.
I'll check
When
your
he opened
schedule.
back here in '86, I went over there as one of his guys with the shop there, and then went back when Elway had just bought.
Yeah, so we bought it in 91.
Exactly. That's when I went back. I opened my business in '92.
Yeah, I think that's better.
So you were the Jeep.
Now look at turn that
So
one.
I got John.
That
John
one.
became
This
partner in
one?
my Jeep
Yeah.
store on
This,
104th.
I don't know how I can
And then we
Oh,
bought
I'm
a
sorry,
Mazda store on
Suzanne.
Arapahoe
Hey,
Road.
help your wife.
And then we bought all Mill.
Toward the middle, Mark. I'm saying toward. Just no. I would turn it. Just turn. No, don't tilt. Just turn. Turn. Like rotating like this.
No, it was
Just
right
rotate.
in.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. In the
I
middle.
thought it was. I thought
For
it was
everyone.
better.
No,
So
over
Emmett
here. I
got a
want
new
for
Jeep
these
store,
guys.
the one that's out in Lakewood.
There you
Oh,
go.
they said
And he
these
could,
guys
at that
look
time, he
good.
couldn't, they wouldn't.
Oh, they're on a different
so he had to
camera.
sell one.
But I'm gonna.
And I had the Pontiac right next door.
So Harley Butler.
And
Actually, I didn't even think to
Because
see how
right,
you guys
absolutely.
Yes.
I knew him well as well. I used to service.
Rodney has no light.
So I knew that whole gang,
I
that whole
love
circle.
being in the dark.
Is that too bright for you?
That's good.
Yeah. You can see him now. Right.
So yeah, that was a tragedy.
Actually, their camera's perfect.
Terrible.
That camera just does light 100 times better.
Really?
Yeah.
Salesman. I knew those guys great. Harley,
That's wild. That camera really does do the light good.
And crazy that Mel could get in trouble with owning a Toyota Honda store.
Well, he went down the road and wound up.
Buying a Chevy store for way too much money, and the Acura store didn't work.
I think these.
You gotta work hard to screw up a Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think these
Terry
dealerships
Gillen,
are going away?
This guy that lives in New Jersey. You know, just I knew that whole team of people. I worked for them for years. Small world, man. But
Do you think these dealerships are going away eventually, right?
That's what it is.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's, you know, people talk about autonomous driving, they talk about electric cars, and it's going to take over. And there's no question it's coming. But there are 270 million cars on the road.
No, I mean just the dealership model. Like,
Well,
why wouldn't you just order it off Amazon
Because-
and have it delivered?
Because the state laws, the state franchise laws protect the dealers. The manufacturers have forced them to put in millions and millions of dollars in facilities, and so they own a market. And there's no way that the
Someone can
manufacturers are going to be able to sell direct to the consumer because they, you know, because of the investments. They made that investment because they're basing it on that protection that they have from the state law.
Wouldn't you assume eventually, though?
You know, anything can change. I mean, Tesla obviously has gotten around it by having showrooms. They don't sell cars in those showrooms. You have to buy your car online, and it comes from one dealership in California. Every Tesla comes from one store in California, and they just have showrooms.
Yeah, like
And
those
even
cosmetics.
some states haven't even allowed the showrooms.
What about? Do you think there's going to be a change? I've been in the dealership business for a long time, and you look at everybody had to have the service department for their brand and what have you. People build these massive facilities. Well, you want a lot to sell cars, but now you have all these service departments. You have declining technicians. You ever think they'll go to a single service facility, you know, a place with 100 bays or 60 bays? I mean, you know what I'm saying? But the workers, the employees are gone. The service guys that are my age, just as golf of 20 to 30 years where there are no
So it's,
people.
you know, it's going to be a different technician in the future because there's virtually no, for an internal combustion engine, there's virtually no work. You never tear a car engine apart anymore on a new car. You do on some old one. You don't tear them apart. You don't tear transmissions apart on the new cars. And so with all the electric cars and the autonomous cars, it's going to be a different technician. They're going to be much more computer focused and battery focused.
But their problem is that with the new technology, they have major issues. Your direct injection motors are carboning up, misfiring, then we can fix transmissions, hit the transmission. We see that, and we're going, I know the manufacturer wants that. They want to be able to plug through a portal, go to Detroit, and tell you what's wrong with the car, and have a guy put a part in it. It's a great idea, but to get it accomplished. We'll talk more.
Yeah, great.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Today is car day. We're talking about Blinker.com. If you have any questions, give us a call. We followed the transaction from listing the car to being interested in it, and we'll do that in a second. We'll talk about how you buy it and how you get paid and how you not get ripped off. I urge you to use it, though. I don't think there's any better way to sell your car, period. None. And, you know, you can trade in a car. When you trade in a car, there's some benefits. First, you know, you don't have to mess with selling it. The second thing, although Blinker makes it pretty easy, you know, you get that sales tax break for the trade. You only pay sales tax on the difference. But if you get enough for your car, you can make up for that. And most dealers, no matter what they tell you, they're going to probably pay wholesale for that car. And you might get a little more if it's pristine and they can sell it on the lot.
It would never offset, though. I mean, selling it through Blinker compared to the trade-in, the little bit you'd save on tax, I don't think it would even come close.
So you're saying
I can give you the numbers.
You're saying it's way better to sell it privately.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, give me the numbers,
I can
Rodney.
give you the numbers today. We've done lots and lots of hundreds of transactions on a $14,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
The seller is getting an extra $2,400 over what they would on trade.
Really?
And the buyer is saving about $1,200. So between the two of them, there's $3,600 of savings by selling it.
But
yourself.
okay,
and
for
you
me,
think
though,
about the percentage on a $14,000 car. That's a big number.
Yeah.
So it only grows with a $20,000 car or a $30,000 car.
So you're saying what Mark said, that if you sell a car outright and then go buy a car, you're going to probably make up for that little extra sales tax you pay.
Yeah, in that case, it's a third. The sales tax is a third of what you're saving.
Now, here's the deal, though. There's some other benefits if you sell your car outright. When you trade in a car, of course, I'm fully convinced, even though dealers say, it's all the same to us, I think a cleaner deal is when they know what you're going to pay for the car and they don't have to mess with the trade. I think I've been able to make a better deal every time when you just go in and buy the car and you don't have a trade. Although some trades they really want, and that might change things a little, but you've been in the business, Rodney. Is it a more attractive deal? Let's say it's an average trade. I'm not talking about a spectacular car you're going to make a lot of money on. Let's just talk about a regular car. Would you rather not have a trade when you were a dealer?
I would rather have the trade.
Oh, you would?
Because used cars are a huge part of business.
So you wanted to sell that car.
That's where they're making their money.
You make great money on used cars. And that's what we are doing is we are giving that money to the seller.
Right.
And we're giving them all the tools that a dealer has to be able to sell that car and realize that money for themselves. And then if they want to buy a new car, they go buy the new car without a trade.
Right.
And
right. But you're saying that okay, so trades, that's the only thing they can do. If somebody has a car to trade, obviously they don't take trades on Blinker, but
they would just put their own car up on Blinker.
That's what I'm saying.
I will tell you, that is the case today, but we are working on that process
where
we're going to be able to give people an instant offer on their trade if they want to. If they want to get rid of their car because they found the car in Blinker they want to buy, we're going to be able to give them an instant offer on their vehicle, and that's coming. It's not.
No, that's great. Yet. That's great. You're already way ahead of the game. Okay, so let's talk about this Volkswagen problem with Will. Will, what's going on? And we will go through the entire transaction with Blinker and how you do it. So if you download the app, you'll figure it out yourself. It's very intuitive, but we're going to go through it. I especially want to know about money transfers. Will, what's happening? Where is Ed Carroll? Okay. And what happened? Wait a minute. You got it brand spanking new, 12 miles on it, you said. And it started giving you trouble at 30 or 40 thou? What happened? Shifting hard. What kind of transmission does it have? Yeah. Okay, so when you say it shifts rough, or roughly, what do you mean? Yeah. Was it, okay, it was rough downshifting. What about upshifting when you take off? Okay, before it switches. Jeff, did it happen gradually with miles? Well, that's weird. What do you think? Jeff, what do you think?
It can be just about any number of things,
yeah.
Especially with Volkswagen. Everything is so integrated that so much as a stop lamp can start causing transmission issues. It can be a software issue. Like you said, that's a dual synchronized gearbox, where basically what Volkswagen has done is it's a standard shift transmission that actually really does use shift forks in order to change the gears, but as opposed to the driver actually moving the lever, you've got pucks inside. They move back and forth in order to engage those gears.
Okay, so is it something easily fixed, or is it?
It's something a guy would legitimately have to look at. I mean, a mass airflow.
Is it under warranty? Is it under warranty, Will? Well, okay. If you have a record of a service call when it was under warranty, how long ago did you complain? And what is it now? Oh my God! Okay, forget. Not forget. I understand, but we got to forget that. I thought that you. I did not realize you're at 80. You're way out of warranty. If it's, for example, if you had a record of complaining about something.
Not if you had a Hyundai.
Well, no, it'd just be 100,000. I know you did, but you complained about it early on, but there's too much distance between when you complained about it and now. It's just way too much. If it was at 35,000, now it's at 80. That's more than double. I would say that it'd have to be more recent. We can get you coverage, but I don't think they're going to fix it at 80. And at 80,000, Jeff, does that tell you something else at 80,000?
I've seen an awful lot of these things rolling in between 80 to 100,000 miles.
I mean, it's not it's not like you have a new car anymore. I mean, you have 80,000 miles. No, of course not. It's broken. But what I'm saying is it's not necessarily a manufacturer's defect. See, this is the only disconnect you and I have. I am agreeing with you that you have a problem. But I'm saying I don't think the dealer, I don't think they owe you anything. You've had this car now for a while. You got 80,000 miles on it. I know you complain now and then about problems, but really, it's called car ownership. So, there's nothing really we can do for you to help you other than say, you know, go to somebody respectable that you can trust. We have people up north, and look on referralist.com. Ray, what's going on with you, Ray?
Hey, Tom.
What's happening?
Well, this is an old story that we all know about.
What is it?
Cable TV.
Yeah?
You sign up for DirecTV for 2 years.
Yes.
A year into the deal, all of a sudden, everything goes up, and they tell you...
Well, they can't go up if you had a 2-year deal.
They usually do. They can change their pricing.
Well, hold on. If you have a contract, they can't.
If the contract says they can't, I would agree.
Why don't you hold on, Ray? We'll come back to this topic, okay? It's very popular. We do get a lot of complaints about it.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we going to do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing, too?
I don't see why.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not that far, sweetie.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already?
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
This report is brought to you by the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer.
Quite a few highway crashes to watch out for. There's still that wreck on the north end on northbound I-25 after 104th. Two left lanes are blocked. Backups to 84th right now. Look out for crash being cleared. Southbound 225 after Parker. Speeds are improving.
Driving me nuts.
My young guy is just that way too. He can figure anything out.
Up to Santa Fe and a wreck blocking the right lane.
My website is really nice.
Thank you.
You guys did a great job on that. I just checked it out.
Oh, it's unbelievable product. It's revolutionary. Wait till they break into RVs, motorcycles. It's gonna. People got to be nervous. Your typical used car dealer, unless if it's a buy here, pay now, you know, zero credit gets you whatever. Or the other thing you're up against, if someone has a shitload of negative equity.
Those are cherry peppers, not yellow peppers,
And they can't get rid of it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they have the money to pay it off.
That's what I mean. If they don't have the
They don't have the
money.
money, then there's nothing we can do to help them. But
No, because you're not going to roll them into a shit loan like
we
some
do
of these
pay
guys.
off their, if somebody's selling their car. One of the things is, one of the reasons people go to dealers is because they got a loan on their car and they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So if you sell your car for $20,000 and you owe 15, we pay off the bank and send you 5.
Yeah, you do the whole thing. Yeah, I know.
Which, I need to do a refi. You can do a refi while you're sitting, well, if you had a picture of your car, you could refinance your car while we're sitting here and be done in 20 minutes.
Go take a picture.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
All you do is take a picture of the back of your car, take a picture of your driver's license, and
Tom, I
you
think
get a
we got
refinance
right here.
offer.
He just wants the lettuce and mayo, no tomato. Bob, it's provolone, not Swiss. Okay, provolone.
That's the biggest problem I got today.
On the top, when you picture it,
in some cases,
you
you're
have your
flat
picture
out
whatever
right.
side.
Let's stop it and give
Goes
you
in
the
here,
advantage.
slide down, go to
Online will confirm it. But if they can help you, they'll
And
take
then
it off.
shut
With
down
no
what's
obligation
open.
to you.
Yes,
Protect
I thought they
yourself.
were all
Free
off.
second
I'll
opinions.
just turn that
Online
off.
services.
But it only allows you to do it like for 24 hours.
There's a, once you take a picture of the car,
Mine I can
there's actually a
choose just
button
boom, hit it.
that you'd like to load.
There's got to be one more second.
Yeah, see, right here, I turn off until 10:50. You can send and receive
We do.
messages, but you won't receive system notifications. So if I turn that on, okay, notifications show name and message. I say no, vibrate no, this no, that no. I personally have
Everything's up, but you're still getting it.
Our average savings is $100 a month.
Okay.
When I first got the truck, I was sitting on a
I have everything off.
Yeah, that should do it. That doesn't make any sense.
But it was also something finally curving out of freaking.
So that's the other thing, is if you owe money on your car, we'll pay off the loan, and send you the difference. And that's one of the things that drives a lot of people to dealerships, because they don't know how to handle the lane payment.
It's really cool.
It's very no reason to leave the iHeartRadio app, because now we have the Fantasy Sports Radio Network. 24/7 interactive fantasy talk and advice, so you can dominate.
Use the app, and this guy wanted to bring me $8,500 and $100 bills. In the parking lot at Home Depot, we go, okay, a couple things. You're going to let somebody count this money out on the hood while your people are walking by, or if the wind comes by and blows the money across? So, here's our secure checkout. No cash, no checks.
Oh, I put this on. Home automation, alarm, and surveillance. So you can feel at home, page wherever you display. Go to ADT.com and get that feeling. ADT, home, save home.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10. Let's enjoy it while we can. Another beautiful Rocky Mountain weekend. So let's forget about Weinstein and Trump and Kim Jong-un. Let's go walk the dogs or the kids, relax a bit, and we'll talk Monday morning here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Today on Car Day, we have Pro Auto Care, we have Kimmer Transmission, we also have Blinker.com, and Blinker is a smartphone app. So, you want to sell your car, you take a picture of it. Then you take a picture of your license. What that tells them at Blinker is that you're the owner of that car, and you're a legit person, and that the car is real. They take from that picture of the car the license plate, they do all the research, they can tell everything about the car, they compose an ad, and then they give you suggested retail prices. You can pick whatever price you want, and you put it up on Blinker, where thousands and thousands of people can see it. When somebody's interested in buying it, what do they do? Well, we talked about it. If they want to buy cash, they can arrange with you to meet you somewhere, a pin on a map where you feel comfortable. Once they decide to buy, then what? In cash. I met the guy at Starbucks. He said, I like your car. Then what, Rodney?
So they make an offer through the app. You accept, reject, or counter.
Yeah, but I don't want that phony cashier's check.
Right. So once you agree, we give you some to-dos. The seller has to give us a copy of the front and the back of their title, or they have to tell us where the bank that's holding the title so we can pay that car off.
And you'll automatically take care of paying it off.
We'll take care of paying it off and sending them the difference. And we get a copy of the registration. We want to see that they have, if there's an emission sticker, we want to know that that's there. And then on the buyer, and then they have to link their bank account to get the money that we're going to transfer them.
Then I put in my bank account information. Now the buyer, what is he doing?
Now the buyer, if they're paying cash, there's not a lot to do. They still have to shoot a copy of their insurance. We've got a copy of their driver's license, so we already know who they are. They link their bank account. Once all that's done, all the to-dos are done, we say, okay, exchange keys. We pull the money for the down payment or the total payment out of the buyer's account. It comes to Blinker, and Blinker guarantees the funds and sends it through secure ACH to the seller,
so it's
in your account tomorrow morning.
ACH in my account. I don't have to worry about checks. I don't have to worry about cash. I don't have to worry about anything. You guys take care of it. If it's a down payment, it goes to you guys. You guys give me payment in full if it's financed. But in cash, the money's sent to me. You don't take a dime out of that cash?
We don't take a dime, and it doesn't go to you. It goes to us, and we pay you. So we're guaranteeing you the funds.
I get it. I get it. So think about that.
No fake checks.
Now that's
no fake cashier's checks.
That's a cash deal. We're going to talk about a finance deal coming up. Right now, Patrick has an experience. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hi, Tom. I'm out here by Lyman, Colorado, but I just want to let you know I did use Blinker.com, and it was fabulous.
Really? That is very cool.
So
tell me what you did.
easy.
Did you buy or sell?
I sold a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
And I just followed all the steps that Blinker had. And then also, if I had questions I wasn't clear about, I could just call them directly. They were very, very helpful.
Really? I want to know, you took a picture, and then what did you do?
Yeah, I did exactly as I said. I took the pictures so they could be posted. I waited a couple days, and I was contacted by an offer. Met the gentleman at a Target parking lot. He had questions, and he looked at the car.
Right. Then what?
And then he was able to go back to Blinker, make an offer. I accepted the offer, and
so you didn't have to mess with any money. He made the offer. Did he finance it, or did he pay cash?
He actually paid cash, and they did the transfer of funds. It was very safe, very secure. I was very, very happy.
That's cool, Patrick. Thank you very much. Now, did you buy a car through them? You sold it. What did you do with the money?
Well, I actually used that money to help me buy a brand new Honda Accord CRV. I absolutely love the car.
Very cool. All right, man. Thank you very much for your experience. 303-713-TALK. I also want to mention that Blinker.com is on our referral list at referralist.com, and they can download the app where? Anywhere, right? On the Play Store?
Yeah, you go to Google Play or you go to the App Store and download it. You can go on to Blinker.com and learn all about it.
Okay, and Blinker.com will give you all the information. What I would really love to do during the show today, and there's like a chocolate chip cookie in it for you if you do it, I would like somebody to do it right now if they're ready to sell their car. And tell us what they're doing.
Yeah, like
I want you to do it live.
If you got listed on Cars.com or you're trying to sell at other places, let's try it.
Okay, Rodney, you have means to look at your stats. What's the most expensive car that went through Blinker? I know you know that.
You know, we just had a $150,000 Porsche Carrera listed the other day, so that's the most expensive car we've had listed.
It hasn't sold yet?
It hasn't sold. It just came online the other day.
And
so I think the most expensive car was around $75,000.
What's the least expensive?
Probably $2,000. So we'll list any car. And obviously a $2,000 car we're not going to finance.
What about salvage?
So we list no salvage cars, no stolen cars, anything that has a branded title.
Okay. Ray? Yes. I did not forget about you, but I knew I didn't have time to get into the whole thing. So if you would just please be patient, I promise you, I will give you my ear coming up. First one out of the gate, okay? I would love that because we are running out of time. Also, any of your car questions for Al Aramis of Pro Auto Care or Jeff Vick Kimmer Transmission, or of course Blinker.com. We got it all coming up.
Are you a U.S. veteran? American Financing wants to say a huge thank you for your service. If you haven't taken advantage of your VA benefits, then now is the time before rates go up again. To call American Financing so they can customize your VA loan program for your new home purchase or refinance. Hi, I'm Ross Kaminsky, and did you know that you can refinance any existing mortgage into a VA loan? You may even be able to take out cash to pay off some of your existing debt so you can save hundreds of dollars a month in interest. And of course, your mortgage interest is also tax deductible. Whether or not you've previously used this benefit, you still have access to the VA Home Loan Program. VA loans have no down payment, no mortgage insurance, and relaxed credit requirements. American Financing has salary-based mortgage consultants, no upfront fees, and their pre-qualification process only takes 10 minutes. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump's refusing to certify that Iran is living up to the nuclear agreement signed in 2015, but he's not pulling out of the deal immediately, essentially kicking it to Congress.
Key congressional leaders have urged the Trump administration not to abandon the Iran deal, warning it could alienate allies. House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Republican Ed Royce said at a hearing this week, as flawed as the Iran deal is, the U.S. now must enforce the hell out of it.
Fox's Jared Halpern in D.C. The president says about his decision to go around Congress on Obamacare, expanding low-cost plans not covered by the law, and ending insurance subsidies for lower-income Americans.
We're going a little different route, but you know what? In the end, it's going to be just as effective, and maybe it'll even be better.
The president at the annual Value Voter Summit in D.C., top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer says there'll be negotiations to save those subsidies. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I shopped the many highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $27 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-467-1443. That's 800-467-1443. 800-467.
But that's on them. We guarantee that the car can be sold and the seller owns it, and it's not a branded.
But according to Colorado state law, it has to be able to pass emissions. So
yeah, so
did the deal just get undone?
So they should have the emissions before. I think that's one of the things in our to-dos where they have to have the emissions done before we'll let the deal.
You make that a compulsory.
So they have an emissions certificate available.
They have to have a picture of it so we can verify.
Excellent, man. That is a big deal because it's compulsory. You're, as the seller, are to provide. That's written in the Colorado.
So every
So I mean, technically, right now, if I bought his car and I went over, and it did pass emissions, I could give the car back. So you'd have to undo the deal.
Well, you wouldn't get the deal done.
No, because he's asking.
You'd never get there until we would have a picture of the emissions.
Well, no, that's what you're moving forward. But you said right now that that's used car buyer beware.
No, what I'm saying overall, but the emissions certificate, I believe, is a part of our checklist that has to be provided. But the overall condition of the car, the mechanical condition, the body condition, that's up to you to.
Yeah, no, mine was specifically related to emissions.
And so you can buy a service contract on the vehicle, first day coverage, no inspection required. We'll cover, and it's fully, it's a platinum warranty that covers really everything but wear and tear and overheating and those kind of things.
And wearable items like tires,
Yeah.
Clutches,
right?
Clutch belts,
brakes.
That's interesting. That's and it's amazing how many people are surprised when they sell a car that they have to provide an emissions test. It's almost it's a new piece of information to them.
Did you see that Goodell's wife had a secret Twitter account? She was tweeting good things about him.
Who did?
The NFL commissioner, Goodell. She got busted.
Goodell got busted for what?
His wife opened a secret Twitter account that would comment on his Twitter account how great he was.
Oh. Boy, they got some stuff going on, don't they, with their ratings? I was reading the deal at night yesterday. They have taken a hit.
They just lost a big Ford dealership in some state that was.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was the municipality too. The sheriff came out and said, "We spend about $500,000 a year. Until this is done, we're not buying any more Fords."
Cleveland says they're not going to offer any more off-duty or on-duty officers for games.
Oh, that's huge, huge.
Which state?
Cleveland.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big deal. I was reading the deal. They were talking that some of the main sponsor marketers and stuff are performance-based marketing they pay, and if they cannot get the rating in the viewership, they pull dollars that they have to pay. So they are scrambling because there's going to be have to make goods, and you know how radio stations, TV stations, they don't want to do make goods because there's no money coming in. You're just taking up space and time. And I was reading the deal on one of these sports links, and it was like they had taken a bath on this whole deal.
Oh, it's their client or their customer is the exact person they're pissing off. I mean, really, they said exactly people that make, I think it was like at 80 to 120,000 a year. They're white, blah blah blah. They basically labeled who NFL's main customer is, and that's the same person that wants that flag. People standing up more than anything. I mean, they're pissing off their exact audience.
Right.
They couldn't market it better.
They put themselves in such a no-win situation because you force them to stand up now. Now you've turned off that other side of the demographic.
Did you see yesterday?
No.
This was what they did instead of kneeling.
Black Power?
I guess so. This is what they did
at Thursday night.
At Thursday night game. 3 guys. So instead of kneeling, they all stood. But this is their way around it now.
It's conduct.
Well, that's just going to make it worse. I mean, all they're doing now is.
They've shot themselves in the foot and they're trying to figure out how to hop on the other one.
How to get
well, they have a loaded gun still going off.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your consumer advocate fighting for you, as we've been doing for nearly 40 years. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Today is car day. We have such a good time, and we're going to talk about a very, very unusual, it is unusual, it's the first of its kind app. I know there are a lot of things out there online to sell your car. This is absolutely the best. It's practically automated. So hang on and we'll talk about Blinker.com or Blinker, the app. Ray, though, has something to say, and it's about DirecTV, is it, Ray? Or, okay. What is do you have a complaint? Do you have a yearly agreement or a 2-year agreement or what? Okay. Well, okay, hold on though. This is not a big deal. I mean, if you just had an agreement and you just had a service and it went up, it always goes up. I mean, you can't complain about prices going up unless you had some kind of guarantee it wouldn't go up. That's the part that's confusing me. No, I mean, in other words, you get cable, you get DirecTV, you get Dish, you get CenturyLink, whatever you get. There's no guarantee that prices will remain the same during your service. I mean, there's no guarantee unless you had something in writing saying this is your monthly payment per year. That's what I thought you were saying. I thought you were saying they were violating some kind of an agreement. But they're not. How?
Well, just send us the agreement.
Okay, yeah, that would be good. Okay, that was the agreement, 2 years locked in on the phone. Is that right? Now, it is possible, Mark, somebody lied to him on the phone. But how the hell do you prove that?
You don't, unless you have it recorded.
You know, I mean, we had to literally record.
CenturyLink, listen, CenturyLink is out and out lying to people, and we proved it. We had it on tape. But short of that, there's not much we can do about it.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I mean, and you understand why, right? All somebody would have to say is, well, they told me it would never go up for 5 years. That doesn't mean they're going to keep your price the same for 5 years just because you say it. Why don't you just tell them you want to cancel, or are you tied in?
I've done that.
Do you have a written agreement?
I have nothing written. No.
2 year. It's a 2-year deal generally.
Yeah, they advertise it everywhere. It's a 2-year deal. So I said, okay, let's do it. And then after a year, everything goes up. And they tell me since I don't buy enough services from them, that's why they can't honor the 2-year agreement. But that was never, just, you know, they never said that to me when I first signed up.
Oh, yeah, but if they're like CenturyLink, my God, you agree that they can change anything at any time.
You know, Ray, I'm sorry, really, but it's too much. It's too much of a stretch for us. I believe you. I really do. Katie wants to talk about a used car warranty. Go ahead, Katie.
Hi.
Hi.
So we bought a truck about 2 years ago, and I'm going to shorten a long story, and then I'll let you ask me questions.
Good.
We took it back to the dealership that we bought it from, who has been fabulous, by the way. Service center said, well, we don't hear what you're hearing in the transmission, but something else needs to be fixed. Didn't really surprise my husband. We had it fixed. We knew the warranty wouldn't cover it.
Now, this was a 2-year-old purchase, right?
It is a 2 years, I think almost to the day.
Okay, 2 years, and then you have an extended warranty?
Correct. We bought a 2-year warranty.
Okay, gotcha.
So a year ago we took it in.
Right.
And then they didn't hear the noise,
right.
So we took it back this last August. The noise hadn't gone away. So my husband actually drove with his mechanic and said, there's the noise. He said, okay, I hear it now.
And when he heard it now, was it under warranty at that time?
Yes, it was still under warranty.
Okay.
So they had to send it out to an actual transmission shop. Transmission shop said, this is everything. And this whole time, the service center at the dealership, the transmission shop is like, transmissions are usually just covered. This shouldn't be a big deal, not a problem. So it took about a month for the warranty company to send out their inspector. They finally got
What's the name of your warranty company?
Gold Standard.
Boy, that's generic. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, and they are not going to replace, they're not going to pay for anything at all.
Okay.
So I had
Katie, you know, used car warranties, they are so useless.
I know.
You know, here, let me explain. They don't cover normal wear and tear, obviously. They don't cover pre-existing conditions.
Right.
So let me ask you something. What does that leave? Normal wear and tear and pre-existing condition. Rod?
The warranty, the service contract that's available on Blinker does cover pre-existing.
Good.
So
Are you kidding me?
You can buy a service contract on Blinker, first day coverage, no inspection required.
No inspection, and everything's covered from previous.
Yep. And so the only thing's not covered is overheating and wear and tear, and you know that like tires and all that kind of stuff. So
you're talking about
Okay, so on most used car warranties, that's a first, because in most car warranties there is no wear and tear, there is no previous pre-existing conditions, and there is no owner abuse, obviously. So in other words, the only thing covered under most used car warranties are manufacturer's defects, which are usually gone in most used cars by the time you get around to it. There's another thing. There's a clause in most used car contracts that say that when the cumulative total of coverage or damages equal the market value of the car, you no longer have a warranty. So people have purchased in the past 5-year warranties, and the car is going down in value, and the cost of repairs are accumulating, and when the two meet, the coverage ends. Now, Katie, why did they say they're not covering the transmission?
Well, they are saying, and I had sent these to Dan, by the way, so you guys have this if you want to look at it.
Yeah, he's not here right now. I wish he would
okay.
leave it for us. He's out. But tell us about it.
They're saying mechanical breakdown that would cover parts.
Yeah.
We agree to reimburse you, da-da-da-da. They're saying that it's normal wear and tear. The transmission company
Okay, good.
disagreeing.
At least they told you that. So
Right.
now we have something to go on. Hold on a second. I want to read the wording. Suzanne found it. So that's easy. They're saying it's normal wear and tear, and the transmission shop says it's not. So we need to figure out who's right. Speaking of extended warranties, Rod, you're telling me that your extended warranty covers pre-existing conditions.
So here's the deal: when you're buying a car on Blinker,
yes,
we are not requiring an inspection.
Okay.
So we're taking the car face value as is, and we're
for the warranty.
For the customer, we're expecting that the buyer is going to do their diligence. If they're going to pay $250 a month, we would think that they would probably want to get that car inspected. But one of the things we do is we give a Carfax report for free. It's a $40 Carfax report to the seller when they list it,
but if
so they
people
can
want to
see
get it
that.
inspected, they obviously can get it inspected.
But we're not requiring that, and we'll cover the car.
Right. Yeah. So you'll cover the car. So if the car has a bad transmission, it's covered.
It's covered.
But what is not covered? I mean, I'm sure not everything is covered. Normal wear and tear.
Yeah, normal wear and tear.
And consumables, tires.
Right.
Brakes.
Yep. And abuse. You know, you run a car out of water or oil or whatever, things like that.
Huh. Now, how much does that warranty cost?
Depends on the kind of car. I mean, obviously, a two-wheel drive small sedan.
What does it
is
range?
Going to be,
what does it range? And how long can I buy it? For 1 year, 2 years, 3 years?
We typically are offering a 2-year service contract.
Mark, did you hear him? A 2-year service contract without inspection. They don't require
and it covers actual stuff.
It covers stuff.
Yep.
Where did you find this? I mean, is this a company available to...
It's Warrantech is a warranty company, and they're backed by a multi-billion-dollar insurance company called AmTrust.
So the buyer can buy it. The seller could offer it.
Yep.
Right? I mean, it could be an incentive.
It could be.
So it could be negotiated, but the buyer, it's offered to the buyer. So you sell extended warranty contracts on used cars without an inspection, and you also have a referral program I want to talk about. So hold on. We went through the transaction when someone is buying a car. We also touched on the credit approval, but we're going to do that again for our new audience. We have people tuning in and out all the time. And then I want to find out about how it's financed and how the person actually gets that money, or do they get the money as far as the buyer when they're borrowing the money. Let's talk about that actual transaction. One of the things that hurts private sales more than anything is that people don't know how to do it. They truly don't. And you can end up in big trouble. Like, for example, do you have the documents necessary to get a license? You go to motor vehicle, they love nothing more than telling you what you don't have. We need this, we need this. Is a bill of sale required? And if so, does Blinker give me one? Is it online or is it in paper form? All of these questions will be answered. Plus, we'll take all of your calls coming right up.
This report is brought to you by American
Okay,
Financing.
here we go. A couple of crashes up in the high country. One westbound I-70 east of Dumont. All lanes are blocked. Traffic is getting by on the right shoulder. Look out for another wreck blocking 2 lanes. Westbound I-70 at Buffalo Herd Overlook, so watch out for delays in the mountains. Back in town. Crash downtown. Northbound I-25 at the ramp to 6th Avenue. Look out for wreck eastbound I-270 at York. Crash at Hamden on the westbound side at Knox. Crash being cleared eastbound 6th Avenue at Indiana. For more real-time traffic updates on your route, download the new Total Traffic app powered by Traffic Karma. The weather forecast, sunny and cool, a high of 65. Right now, a few clouds and 51. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Refinance and use your equity to consolidate your high-interest debt into one low monthly payment. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and you could save hundreds of dollars a month. American Financing, 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Hi, this is Courtney Pierce, president of Buy and Build Incorporated. You already know we have the best deals in Denver on kitchen cabinets and more, but now it's even better. We do granite. We have the best deal around on custom fabricated granite countertops, too. Please don't overpay for your granite. Custom cut or prefabricated and ready to install. Buy and Build is your granite and cabinet headquarters with the best prices anywhere. Visit our showroom at 4800 Washington Street, Denver, or online at buyandbuild.net. You'll be thrilled with the thousands you save at Buy and Build.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. But when we introduce a new stimulus, Save the Food, we're helping to stop food waste. Save the Food. For tips and recipes, visit SaveTheFood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
Coloradans 62 and older, are you not feeling as financially secure as you'd like to? Is cash flow tight? Are you retiring or experiencing a life change? And do you own your own home? Then consider a reverse mortgage from American Financing. Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you monthly by using the equity in your home. They also protect your spouse from possibly losing your home if you pass away, and FHA ensures that you never owe more than your house is worth. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and here are the facts. You benefit immediately from no monthly mortgage payments, and you have access to tax-free money, all while owning your home. That's right, you still own your home, but now have access to your equity when you need it most. With a reverse mortgage from American Financing, you can feel confident about living your golden years with financial comfort and security. Their mortgage consultants are salary-based, so conversations are simple, straightforward, and honest. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Right, Dad?
You've got that right, Todd. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves by being picky. Tell the folks, Todd.
Well, there's only one way we'll resurface cabinets. 1/4 inch, glued and nailed. Replacement kitchens, only custom-built cabinets by our own people for a fabulous look. Bathrooms, you can count on the tried-and-true Done Right bathroom renovation system. And windows and entry doors? Dad, how about your 2 cents worth?
Well, it starts with a quality window or door, yes, but I'm here to tell you that preparation, installation, and finish are exactly why they'll be able to join those that say, Done Right, did right by me. So folks, whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, as always, you have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Now is the time to have your furnace checked. You can do it today for just $29 with Plumline Services, a company you can rely on to inspect, adjust, and tune up your furnace to keep it running perfectly this winter. And you can trust them to tell you the truth about any problems your furnace may have. Just $29 now and save money with a better running furnace and no breakdowns. 303-562-0439, 562-0439, PlumlineServices.com, 562-0439.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
What kind of cereal should I buy?
How about something with more antioxidants, less sugar, and tons of flavor?
Well, I do like flavor.
Then it's time to make the switch to Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum.
What's onyx sorghum?
It's an ancient grain, rich in natural fiber for sugar control, with more antioxidants than any fruit or vegetable.
Do you always hang out in the cereal aisle?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look for Grainberry cereals with amazing onyx sorghum.
Grainberry.
303-713-8255. If you tune in, you can see why Tom's not talking at the moment.
Well, I'm chewing. It's not anymore.
An unwitch.
303-713-TALK. And when they say freaky fast,
they are freaky fast.
That freaking place, they get here so quickly.
How do they do that?
I don't know. But no matter when we call them, and this is, well, it's almost lunchtime, but it's really fast. I have the used car warranty thing in front of me. This is going to be maybe a battle, but here's the good part. You have a transmission shop that says it is not normal wear and tear. Is that right, Katie?
Correct.
And the extended warranty says it's normal wear and tear.
Correct.
So the paperwork you gave me comes from the transmission shop, right?
You have a copy of the transmission shop and from the warranty company.
I don't have anything from the warranty company except, well, it's, I don't know what it is. It's just a sheet.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say
denial.
anything. Oh, per an independent inspection. I see. Yeah. The inspector stated that the PVR is heavily worn. What's the PVR? No, I'm not asking. I'm asking Jeff Vick.
Can I see that?
Yes. And I'm also going to show you this, Jeff. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take a look at what this transmission shop says is wrong, and I want you to see what the insurance company says, the warranty company. Then I want you to give me your hunch. If these things are bad or worn or bad or whatever, it does seem to me to be more of a maintenance issue than it does a catastrophic repair or a sudden repair. If you look at the items they're replacing, I want you to see what you think. Katie, it doesn't look good because the extent of that rebuild, it denotes age. How many miles on the car?
Miles right now is 124, and we've only put on 12,000 of those.
Oh, my God, though, 124,000 miles. You understand when they say wear and tear, they're not talking about just your wear and tear.
Oh, right, yes.
So a transmission is going to wear out in 124,000 miles.
Oh, I agree.
Why do you think it's not normal wear? Why do you think it's not wear and tear?
Because what the transmission company is saying is this is all a case of them arguing over what came first, the chicken or the egg. Did the torque converter fail first, like the inspection company is saying? Or was there something else wrong, like the transmission company is saying, that caused the torque converter to go bad that would fall under warranty? And so the transmission company is fighting for us wholeheartedly. I've talked to the dealership.
Yeah, but
Katie,
I know why the transmission shop is fighting, because they want to be paid.
Well, agreed.
But let me explain something seriously. I don't have a dog in this fight. I want you to get coverage, but Jeff, I would venture to say most transmission problems, most, are wear and tear. I mean, in the transmission world, not Katie, but in the transmission world, transmissions are notorious for wearing out. How many problems would you say, out of 100%, what percentage would you say are either catastrophic failures or defects?
Probably about 45%.
Okay, almost half?
Yeah.
Okay, I would even think there would be less, but you say almost half. But, so, with a car with 124,000 miles, how do you say it is a warranty issue and not a normal wear and tear issue?
Well, I mean, looking at this list and looking at the customer's complaint, and once again, the mileage, I mean, most of these trucks with this unit, we're seeing these things roll in somewhere around 100 to 130,000 miles.
Okay.
So she's right there inside where we typically see the failure rate.
But did something fail? She's talking about something caused the torque converter to fail.
Well, and the PVR, they've just got everything out of order there. What they're actually talking about is the pressure regulator valve. And that's actually a pretty common thing that you replace during the repair on this transmission.
So, Katie, your shop is saying something went wrong and it caused the torque converter to fail?
That's what the transmission company, if I understand.
Why don't we get them on the air? Hold on. Suzanne, get the transmission shop on the air. Why should we bother talking with Katie? Because she doesn't. I want to go directly to the transmission shop. Katie, what I meant was he can explain it better. Then we don't have to have a third-party interpretation. 303-713-TALK. We're going to talk about Blinker coming up and specifically how the transaction works. Blinker.com is the website that explains it, and then it's a smartphone app. Right now, Bill has a problem with a general contractor. It is car day. We'll talk about that. What's going on, Bill?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
What's happening?
Well, basically, I hired a handyman / general contractor to come in and install a French drain system and also remove and replace and extend my driveway and add an RV pad.
Okay.
And he bid the job at $12,000 and asked for a $6,000 deposit, which I was happy to give him, and he was definitely happy to pick up. And immediately after starting the job, I started getting excuses. The first one was, hey, I got a cold, I couldn't get started. Then when he did, I should have known when he came down and the equipment that he rented was a little mini walk-behind skid steer to remove the concrete.
Did you get references on this guy? Where did you find this guy?
Well, my reference basically was a few weeks earlier we had a fence installed, and the fence guys hit some wires, and they hit Comcast, and Comcast sent out an independent contractor. And I was just talking to this guy, and he goes, oh, well, I've got a guy that does landscaping work.
I see. Okay. So it's word of mouth. Okay. So anyway,
yeah.
where is it right now? What percentage of the job is done, if any?
Well, according to after he walked off the job, I called Kenny's Concrete.
When you say walked off the job, he told you I'm not coming back?
Well, he's basically not. I mean, he said he would come back, but at this point in time, I'm so peeved with the guy.
All right,
that,
but you spent $6,000. What did he do? I need to know. Did you get anything worth $6,000 or near $6,000?
No, and that's what I was trying to explain. I called Kenny's Concrete out and basically asked him the question, hey, if this was your job and you did this much work, how much would I have been charged? And he said about $1,500.
What did he do for $1,500? I want to know. What did he do?
He ended up removing about 3/4 of my driveway and dug 2 trenches for a French drain, which one of them is going to have to be redug because it's in the wrong spot. And that's about it. And then he removed a little bit of concrete where I had a small walkway out from my patio or from my porch.
Well, it doesn't take much to do $1,500 worth of work. I mean, but let's even give him a benefit of the doubt. He didn't give $6,000 worth of work. Does this guy acknowledge that he owes you money, or does he think you guys are even?
Well, no. He has agreed to give me $2,500 back.
Well, I would take $2,500 if he doesn't make you sign anything and then go after the rest. Because I don't even believe he has $2,500. These guys operate hand to mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is I'm kind of agreeing with Kenny's Concrete, and like I said, I should have known from day one when he showed up with this little skid steer to start removing concrete.
What's this guy's name? This handyman or what?
Nathan Kuehn, Kuehn.
Okay, and what's happening? What are you going to do? What do you want us to do?
Well,
this guy even, here's the problem. When you give people money, it's gone because most of the guys aren't worth anything, even if you get a judgment. The only time we can be successful is if they give at least a little crap about their name, and then we can pressure them. But if people don't care, and this is their mode, how many guys have we had on the show that don't care, and we've destroyed them, but they don't care, and they're still ripping people off. What was that Lopez guy's name? I swear this guy...
Jay Lopez.
I mean, this guy literally knew he was ripping
The only satisfaction we got with him is we got him thrown in jail for not filling out paperwork.
But,
that was it.
He was on all kinds of newscasts. He flat out lies to people.
He's a thief. He's a flat-out thief.
He's still doing it, by the way. I saw he was on TV just the other night.
I know. I saw that, too.
Just the other night.
Well, and where I wanted to kind of go with this is originally when he told me, oh, yeah, I've spent $5,600 of your $6,000 for everything. And then I basically told him, because there were there was almost 2.5 weeks where this equipment, this rental equipment, was sitting on my property completely unused.
We know he didn't spend that money. You got ripped off, okay? And again, you said you were happy to give him a $6,000 deposit. Tell me why you would be happy to give someone half down. You don't even know who they are. You've never met them before, never done work for you before. And how did you pay it? By check?
Yes.
Why? I mean, why were you happy to do that? I don't understand.
Well, because, like I said, 2 weeks before when I did...
But what was he doing where he needed half? What was the purpose of that half down? For what? What, did he have to buy anything? No. So why do people expect to be paid up front? Why? I don't understand. Yeah. Listen, I don't want to drag you. Listen, you've been through enough.
But see, like I said, when the fence people came out and I dealt with Split Rail Fence Company...
but that's Split Rail Fence Company.
I thought a deposit of half the money down was pretty standard.
Well, you know what? It's not standard in my book. And then there are ways to make payments if you have to. The credit card, for one. Bill, if you want, we can call Nathan Q, and we can go through this drill and call him and put pressure on him. What's the name of his company, Bill? Does he even have a company name?
I don't think he has a company name. I think he's just kind of an individual who does things.
Nathan Kewen. Okay, let's give a call, okay? I want to give a call. Frank Duran, the real estate man, the best in real estate, buying or selling. If you're in the Denver metro area, you're looking for someone, RE/MAX Alliance, Frank Duran. The guy is unbelievable. We had somebody call the other day, and he said, Tom, I can't believe the follow-up he does. Does he have any other customers? Because you think you're the only customer. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Now, Seth wants to know if Blinker would be a good fit for his car he's trying to sell. We're going to talk about Seth's car coming right back. Art of Granite. They have beautiful granite countertops and natural stone with one-stop shopping in your home or at his beautiful showroom. But he also does cabinets, so you can renew your entire kitchen. And whatever you do in the kitchen, you'll do in the bathroom free. If you get cabinets, you get a vanity. If you get countertops, you'll get a vanity top. And he tears out and hauls away your old kitchen free. That's artofgranite.net on my referral list at referrallist.com. One stop, one shop, 303-386-5919. Don't worry about those giant warehouses and those dusty, dirty yards and those phony sales for 80-90% off. Are you kidding me? Why don't you go to an artist and a guy that'll give you rock bottom prices, and when you buy a kitchen from him, he throws in the bathroom free right now. 303-386-5919. I promise you, if you shop around, you'll pick Mitch at artofgranite.net. 303-386-5919. That's 303-386-5919.
Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on 630 KHOW. If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3, or call 888-959-4004 for a free demo.
Are you looking for a medical clinic with an affordable concierge program? Concierge medicine is great, but often too expensive.
I didn't hear the last call, and you were calling and all that stuff.
He was crying the blues. He was so sad he needed help, and then the next day,
he sends us that letter.
He sends us a letter saying that it was a misunderstanding. They're wonderful.
Yeah, I know.
So he got his money back.
He definitely got his money back.
He said he settled.
I have no idea. Absolutely.
And yet affordable concierge health program focused on you and designed to make.
That's what he gets for trying to buy a tiny house.
But he said, please refrain from talking about them. If he told them he would get us to stop talking, that's his fault.
Well, someone just emailed saying they heard the commercial. I'm assuming they're listening online. I'd like to find out. For Tumbleweed. So I'm asking him where he heard it, because I have no idea where. Could be on the iHeart product. It could be KRDO's digital.
The stranglehold of addiction. You and your family
because they're located down there.
Stage of this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559.
Looks like we're pulling out of the Iran deal.
The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program.
Oh, well, it's not quite that way. He is not going to certify
pushing it over
pushing
to
it, and Congress said they're going to keep it in. We're not leaving it.
And really, so he really did nothing, but he made a very big statement.
Well, what he's doing is
That's really what he did with his health care deal, too. He's saying, hey, you guys got to get something done.
What is the benefit of staying in that Iran deal?
Call today.
I don't know. I don't know the deal, man.
Will we get the pallets?
I know nothing about it.
For the cash we ship.
We should get those pallets back.
I'm sure it was a bad deal.
Did you see that? The pictures of that deal?
How much was it? 600 million or 600 billion?
Oh yeah,
in cash.
In cash.
Plus, they got other stuff from other countries.
But what was the cash for? What was it for?
For them to quit.
I know, but for what? Was it where
we actually owed them that money, but we were.
Was it some kind of?
Oh, that's true. We did freeze their assets a while back.
So we did owe them the money.
Although they said that technically we didn't owe them the money. It is kind of weird. It was kind of their own money.
I don't want to get into what's going on with North Korea. I mean,
yeah, but if we don't do anything now, my God, those people are nuts.
The guy is nuts. The guy is nuts, and you don't know what he's going to do.
Now, which one, Trump or the other guy?
Well, they're both. They're both.
He was a Hillary guy.
Do we still have the 7th fleet?
No, I wasn't. I was not, Mark. I'm not a Hillary
guy. Remember they sent the 7th fleet over there? Did they find up to over there?
It's just, I've just never seen a situation where every morning you wake up and my phone is full of tweets.
More assets on my phone, so
I'm stirring something up.
Nuclear stuff and all that.
I'm calling people names. I mean, it doesn't. You can ignore.
Yeah, but whatever's in that tweet, you got to see what he's really doing somewhere else.
The biggest problem is,
right.
I thought we'd get an NFL one again this morning, simply based on what he signed last night. But we didn't.
Set up a free evaluation at personal injury. You either have to leave him alone, stop his speaking.
I just can't even believe it.
I bet he gets reelected.
No, no, I'll bet you anything in the world.
That's what you said last time when I told you he was getting elected.
That he won't make it to us.
He always did up till the night of the election is tell me how wrong I was on how Trump was going to get it. Now he's telling me he won't get reelected.
No.
Wow, but
you know how much is in the stock market right now?
You can't do worse for
the jobs.
He has no tact. He has no diplomacy. He can't see that. You can agree with somebody's overall.
It's just my bank account is what I agree with.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Katie, we need to get this transmission shop. Yes, Suzanne. Now, Jeff Vick said they're a good shop. But why does he feel it's not normal wear and tear? Suzanne? Okay. Well, yeah, it helps.
They don't cover torque converter failures.
Well, if they don't cover it, they don't cover it. That makes it easy. But that's not what she's saying. She said they claimed it was normal wear and tear. There's a difference between normal wear and tear and a catastrophic failure. And by the way, catastrophic failure means just sudden failure, just sudden loss. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, I mean, if that's what actually happened, then, you know, they have every right to back out. If that torque converter causes the rest of the a non-covered part causes damage to other parts inside that transmission, well, it's a line in the sequence.
If it's non-covered, but I don't even know if it's covered or not. Katie, is the torque, your transmission shop, the guy advocating for you says the torque converter caused the problem. He's saying that, not the insurance company.
Right.
Now, is the torque converter excluded from coverage? It's that easy. Yes or no? I don't know. I don't have your warranty.
I will just have to get it in writing because what they're telling me, it was denied because of normal wear and tear.
They're saying, okay, but listen, even if they said that, your mechanic just gave them another out. Your mechanic told us point blank the torque converter failed, causing debris to spread throughout the transmission, needing a complete transmission. Okay? Now, if the torque converter is covered, it's covered. If it's not covered, it's not covered. The way it works is when an uncovered part causes damage to covered parts, nothing is covered. When a covered part causes damage to uncovered parts, the uncovered parts are still not covered, but they will cover all the other damage or not? Or will they
Well, to some extent. I mean, a lot of the warranties do state that the torque converter is not covered unless it is damaged as a result of a covered failure.
Okay, then I have it wrong. They will not cover parts if the damage is caused by an uncovered part, but they will cover the damage if the covered part causes other damage.
Down by the seashore.
Yes. So, Katie, your mechanic just told us what failed, the torque converter. Now it's really a simple problem. Is the torque converter excluded? Now, Jeff, torque converters, are they normally excluded from warranties? Just to give her a preview or a hint.
I would say probably maybe 30% of them exclude the converter.
Exclude the why?
Well, quite frankly, first of all, it's usually not the reason for the failure. But what their purpose is for
find that unusual? That the
it's unusual that the converter is the actual source of the failure. Yes, that's not saying that it's not the issue, but it's definitely usually
What's
not
usually
the
the source of a failure that would kill a torque converter?
It's usually something else that causes it, whether it's a low fluid condition, another failed part inside the transmission that actually put metal contamination into that converter.
Yeah,
those are usually the reasons the converter goes down.
What if she heard a noise? What was that noise? Could that be a preview of what happened to her?
I would have had to heard the noise when it occurs. Is it only when you're driving? Is it when you're sitting still? Does it have to be in gear? All these things play a factor
Katie,
as whether or not.
Do me a favor and look at your warranty the first thing, and then call us back. And Suzanne will give you a back number. We need to know if your torque converter's covered or not. That's it. James, what's going on with you, James?
Hi.
Hi.
My wife and I were renting a house. We rented it for about a year and a half. We were on time every day, every month.
Yeah.
And we found a house.
Yeah.
To buy cheaper because rent's getting so high.
Sure.
And so we ended up moving out. We moved out about 5 days before our lease was over, and we left the other roommates in the house. Well,
roommates.
Yeah, they were good. It was all good on that part.
But how is this roommate situation? I thought you said you rented a house, but you rented a house with how many others?
There were 3 others. It was a 5-bedroom house.
3 others. So did you each have an individual agreement, or did you all have one agreement?
We all had one agreement.
Okay. So you're all equally responsible for whatever happened.
Correct.
So if the rent wasn't paid, you can't say to the landlord, I paid my part.
Correct.
Okay. So keep going.
Made sure rent was paid.
Right. What happened then?
So we moved out 5 days before.
5 days before what?
Our lease was over on September 30th.
You're saying the lease for all 5 of you?
Correct.
Okay.
We moved out. We cleaned up our section of the house, and we told the other roommates when the 30th came around, the end of the month, we would come back and help clean that.
Sure. That's very nice of you.
Yeah. So the 30th came around. They called me up at work, said that they were moving out. They cleaned up their share, and that if we wanted to come back, they'd help us clean.
Okay.
So my wife, one of the other roommates, and my mother all went down to the house that day. They cleaned the house for probably 6 hours. The house was spotless.
Okay.
Before we left, we took pictures and video of the entire house and the way it looked.
Good. You should have had an inspection by someone that was with the landlord, but it doesn't matter. Go ahead. What happened then?
So then,
well, it does matter, but it doesn't matter now for you. I mean,
yeah, we moved out on the 30th. Everybody in the house was
gotcha.
Pictures taken.
Gotcha.
We get an email as of the 11th the other day saying that we're not getting our deposit back because apparently the kitchen faucet broke, flooded the kitchen, and flooded the basement. And it was due to somebody leaving a window open in the house.
Well, it wasn't even that cold yet.
I agree, but
I mean, even if they left the window open, it's very. I don't think anything would have frozen that solid in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it either froze or it didn't.
I mean, so hold on a sec, James. This freeze happened when? When did they say this happened? If it happened after the 30th, it's not your problem.
Yeah, it happened sometime between the 1st and the 11th, because I don't know what...
Well, then how would that be your problem if you guys were supposed to move out? Did you not surrender the keys? Tell me why are they saying it's your problem?
When we moved out, they told us to leave the keys and the garage door open on the kitchen island, which we did.
Okay.
We locked the door and left.
So you're done. But did someone leave the kitchen window open?
To our knowledge, no.
Okay, so I would ignore it and I would sue him for treble. Well, you can't sue for treble because he notified you that he's keeping it. In other words, you can only sue for triple when you're not notified of anything. They just keep it. But since this guy is saying why he's keeping it, you guys have to go after him. How much is the deposit?
It's roughly about $2,000, I believe.
Yeah, you got to go after him. You really do. I mean, this is ridiculous. He has no proof. It doesn't even matter, though. It happened after you gave up the house. I mean, he at least had a responsibility to come there within a few days and check it out. He's got some responsibility. You know, I don't see how he could connect the dots to hold you guys responsible. And I don't even believe it froze.
Yeah, I mean, we only had that one snowstorm here in Denver for that one day.
But it did not get down to freezing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. So he's got a tough time. You could actually get weather stats for that neighborhood. Did you know that?
I'm pretty sure I could have figured it out.
Well, you got to go after him. You got to go after him. I mean, we wouldn't mind calling him, but I mean, it seems like a lost cause. He's just going to say we're keeping it, and you guys are going to have to sue him.
Okay. I just kind of wanted to know what my next step was if he was...
I would get the weather details for the neighborhood, literally, for the neighborhood. And then I would go after him. And just do it. I mean, you're going to win.
I wonder if he's told them in writing if they're keeping that
Okay,
money.
You're right. Did you get notified in writing?
Yeah, I was notified in an email.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be, in fact, writing. Okay. We got more coming right up.
This report is brought to you by the Broadmoor.
A couple of trouble spots in the High Country Drive, westbound I-70 around Genesee. Watch out for crash there being cleared. Traffic backed up almost to the 470 interchange. Good news, that earlier wreck westbound I-70 near Dumont, that's been cleared out of the way. Still residual delays. It is starting to improve on the front end of that stretch. And back in Denver, downtown, northbound I-25 at 6th Avenue. The right lane blocked on that long ramp to 6th Avenue. Watch out for police and rescue vehicles on the scene. The weather forecast, sunny and cool today with a high near 65. Right now we got a few clouds above in the Denver area and 51 with your traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
October at the Broadmoor is the perfect time of year to gather the family for a special getaway. Visit Broadmoor.com for their spectacular rates and other great offers at their wilderness properties. Visit Broadmoor.com, close to home yet a world away.
For a limited time, get a free furnace with the purchase of an AC system. No gimmicks, a real deal from Plumline Services, but it won't last long. Special no-interest financing, a 10-year parts and labor warranty, plus special rebates and tax credits totaling nearly $2,000. Call now because it's over when they run out of these promotional units. 303-562-0439. 562-0439. PlumlineServices.com. Call now 562-0439.
The Broncos are committed to having the fittest fan base in the NFL.
All right, and now they don't know what to do about it. You got people running scared. They had Hanoi Jane on doing a freaking interview just the other day. All right, I mean, come on. Tell me one person in the world I could possibly hate more that's going to stand up for this guy. It couldn't be her, all right? But at the end of the day, the left doesn't know what to do about it. All the stuff that they're accusing Trump of, oh, he's good, he grabbed him by the pussy. Well, guess what? This guy did!
Like, literally, he did it all.
Did it all.
Not just talking.
Yeah. And here's the worst part. You guys were so angry because Trump said it. You knew he was doing it. And you didn't say a thing.
Look at all the money they took from him.
You didn't say a thing. And it's not. It's all you freaking liberal Hollywood sensationalized POSs that were so angry about this. You knew this guy was doing it, but you're yelling at Trump for saying it.
I know. It's hypocrisy at its best.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Trump fan. In the least. But quite frankly, I mean, you gave me Trump or Hillary. I didn't have a lot to work with.
Didn't have a lot to work with, no.
I love them. I love the controversy. I like
the controversy is over the top.
I love it.
He does not stop.
He doesn't give a shit about his own party, the other party.
Look, the NFL thing, I mean, come on, but the day that came out, you want to tell me why he took that stand? People, it had nothing to do with the fucking NFL. Everything he had going through Congress was going to get voted out that week. So as opposed to letting the people who are watching this stuff see him bail, he went out and this.
Well, he's done that from the beginning.
He's a brace.
He's good.
Oh, yeah.
He is very good. Everything is very
Lion is clawing in the crib. Let's make sure they're paying attention to the movie.
Oh my God, isn't that true?
I'm a finance guy.
He's been good at that.
With Alliance is the obvious one for your.
But I think highlights shows how messed up that political system is, though. You know, it really.
I think it's more about how messed up the federal program. I can watch it down very swiftly.
Yeah. Okay. That's a place on it too. Yeah.
Businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether
And
you
his
need
Twitter.
entry-level or high
The guy has no filter on his
helps you
Twitter.
find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit.
He's got to be sitting there going, okay, what's going to piss him off the most?
Yeah,
Hey, Rolly, what's happening, bro? Rolly, cow.
What?
Sometimes it's just even the traffic.
Is it really bad today?
Up north where all the trucks are, it's just, it's like this convoys of belly guys.
You know, Rod?
We have met before. Robert Roller Careful.
You've heard about his app?
Blake? Blaker, I've heard about it.
It's so cool.
Really, come sit over here.
Oh,
Sit over here.
We haven't had that up.
You granted wishes now?
Mark, we have another headset. What's happening, brother? All right,
I'm well. How about yourself?
Fair coffee? I can give him this. I'll take this one.
Let me see what you got.
He can take that one. I'll take this one.
So you go from the goatee to the mustache to nothing, huh?
To nothing.
Well, he hasn't shaved his head yet.
They're coming? No, that's going to come whether I like
Chicken.
it or not, unfortunately. Oops, got to plug this in. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I hope you never need winkandwink.com. They're bankruptcy attorneys. Did you know that, speaking of healthcare, we were talking about before, 80 or 90% of the people have medical problems, and that's one of the reasons for bankruptcy. And if you know, winkandwink.com, they're not going to judge you. They're just going to give you the help you need at the time you need it. Chapter 13 or Chapter 7, 303-410-1720, 303-410-1720. Speaking of credit, okay, so we talked about Blinker. It's a smartphone app, and I want to talk about this. Rolly Purefoy now joins us from Purefoy Chevrolet. If you want to sell a car individually, you know, there's never really been a way to do it cleanly, especially if you owe money on the car or if the guy wants to get financing. I mean, you can't finance people, or you shouldn't. So you take a picture of your car with this app. It's very intuitive. They have little markers where you put the taillights. You take a picture. It captures the license plate, and then you take a picture of your license, driver's license, and together they verify ownership and find out everything they need to know about the car to compose an ad. Once that ad is posted, you can pick the price you want. Everything is done through the app, everything. So the buyer contacts you, and the buyer, through the app, is verified as a person. And if they need financing, we talked about cash. If it's a cash deal, they still have to make it through Blinker. Blinker receives the funds and guarantees payment to you. And that payment to you is directly deposited in your account electronically. So that's a cash deal. And you get to pick where you want to meet them, but you exchange no money, nothing like that. You'd say, okay, have a good day, you know, get back to Blinker if you want to buy it. Then they buy it, let's say. Now, let's say they want to finance it. What happens then, Rod?
So if you want to finance it, it's simply you take a picture of your driver's license front and back. We ask you for your annual income. We ask you to sign or just authorize a document that we can do a soft pull on your credit, and you'll get approved for credit in less than a minute.
in less than a minute.
Less than a minute.
Okay, so now they're approved. Then what? Do you give the loan for 100%? What down payment?
So it depends on their credit. So we have 5 credit tiers, and depending on their credit, we'll tell you how many dollars they have to put down. It can be from 0 to they may have to put down 10 or 20%.
Okay, so they agree to put down a down payment. What's the next step for the buyer?
So the next step is they want to make the offer. So we approve the customer first, and then they get an individual offer on every car they're looking at. So if they're looking at 5 cars, depending on their credit, they're going to get a different offer of payments on each one of those vehicles. So they find one car they like. They found your car, Tom.
Right.
They want to buy it from you.
Right.
So they make you an offer. You accept it, you reject it, or you counter. Once you agree, the documents are all, we give you instructions on what to do. The documents are downloaded on the phone, e-signed with your finger. Once that's completed, we tell you to change key or exchange keys. That we pull the money out of the buyer's account for whatever the down payment
Guarantee
is,
it.
and we transfer you 100% of your sale price.
So even though they're financing, you get 100% of the price. You charge nothing for this service at all.
Nothing.
Okay, now, if in fact then they sell that car, they deliver that car, all the money's been exchanged, it's done. What about now I'm going to get my plates? Where's all my paperwork?
So we do all the paperwork, just like I did at the dealership. We have a title department. We receive the title from the seller. We perfect the lien. We collect the taxes. We do all the things just like we did at the dealership, and we send it to the DMV. We notify you.
You send it directly to DMV like a dealer would.
Just like a dealer would, and we notify you that your paperwork is at the DMV.
And then you just go to DMV.
Just like you would.
And they look up your paperwork.
Yep.
And get you. Oh man, this is cool. This is cool. Now Seth has a question. Seth, go ahead.
Hey, I've got a 2005 Nissan 350Z, but it's a specialty vehicle. It's got quite a bit of work done under it. It was a show car, and it's only got 30,000 miles. So obviously I want quite a bit more than what a Kelley Blue Book on that vehicle.
Well, can you explain that in an ad? Do I get to say anything in my ad?
You do. And so we have specialty cars. In fact, I've got a guy that's going to list a Jeep Wrangler for probably twice book value. But it's because it's got a lot of equipment on. So what you do is in the description, you really put the information in that justifies the price you're asking.
Okay, so you do.
They can still get approved in that situation?
They can.
Well, yeah, and that's up to their credit and stuff, but if you get a specialty car, many times they'll loan more. We got more coming up.
When you're a sports writer like me, you know, speed always wins.
And now they're side to side coming around the final turn.
Because old news isn't news at all. Especially when the 24-hour news cycle is now more like 24 seconds.
What are these guys looking to create some space?
But with slow internet from the phone company?
Auto finance banks in the country, and we'll be doing a forward purchase where we'll be selling them the paper, but we maintain the relationship with the customer.
So how are you getting paid?
We make it just like at the dealership. We get paid a fee on the finance contract. We get paid a fee on the warranty. We're getting ready to sell gap insurance, and soon we'll be selling car insurance. All fee-based, but all of our products are at market or below.
Comcast Business. Are you finding your percentage of people using the finance option is high enough to keep you separate?
80%. 80% of the cars that qualify are financing to us. And our lowest interest rate is 2.5. So we start at 2.5 for super prime credit.
What's your average?
It's currently it's 7.
So you make a couple points?
That's where you get about $400 a contract.
Well, it's his paper. He's making everything.
Well, right now, but we won't be for long. It'll be fee-based. Yeah, our whole program is asset light. We don't own any cars. We're not going to hold any paper. We're not going to be responsible.
Do you like it like that?
Yeah.
Hell, why wouldn't you?
So, and what it does, and the reason we don't take money from the seller, like Shift and Carvana and all those other guys, if we took $1 from the seller, we'd have to have a dealer license in every state. So we're not a car dealer. We're a finance company.
Just like Uber's not a taxi company.
We facilitate the transaction between.
You remember years ago we met with that guy. What's his freaking name? He had the dealership there. God, dog it. We're both getting old. Can't remember his name. He had Arapahoe Road.
Yeah, I know.
What dealership was it? Didn't Elway buy that dealership?
Or no, Nelson.
Nelson.
Bought it.
That's who we met with. Nelson.
It was.
What was his first name? Nelson.
Mel Nelson.
Mel Nelson. How'd you know him?
I know him. Known him for years.
You still know him?
We bought
Yeah,
his dealership.
I know.
But he, but he filed bankruptcy and he's gone away. I don't know where he is.
No, he was a weird duck.
I don't know how you lose money in a Toyota Honda store.
He was a weird duck.
He got a lot of bad advice. He got a lot of bad advice, and I think he just teamed up
So
with
anyway,
a lot of
we
the
met
wrong
with
people.
Mel, and he wanted to do car bob years and years ago. And what it was is you drive around with a sticker in your window, this car available on Car Bob, and then you would go online. Mobile apps were not even around. In fact, phones were stupid. But you would go online and look up that car because it's available on Car Bob. I don't know, somehow. And then it was just a listing thing. But the only difference I could see between that and Cars.com and all the others is, I don't know, a sign that says available on Car Bob. That's what he thought would be good.
Like you said, it was before all the mobile apps and all that kind of stuff, because that was leased.
But he thought the fact that you're driving around with that sign would drive people to the site, as opposed to, he says, Cars.com, you don't know they're on Cars.com. And I said, well, to compete with you, all Cars.com would have to do is put a sign on.
What do you think that was, 10 years ago?
Oh, more than really. 10 years ago, it was way longer than 10 years ago. We didn't have smartphones at all. In fact, I don't even think cell phones were ubiquitous. I don't remember seeing them. We were talking about, we were over on that little restaurant on Ulster.
Anyone else, and neither should you. Call Zero Res today.
We're outside.
Patented and powered water.
But in any case, well, let's put it this way. When did he sell his dealership? He had just sold
91.
Okay. So
91 when they started. Yep.
He had just sold. He was going to use his money to do that.
God, he kept me down.
It was.
It was, man.
It was.
You guys measure everything in decades now.
Shut up. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show where we are solving problems, answering questions,
and taking complaints. Today is car day. That's why I tell you about Rocky's Autos at 63rd and Federal. We're talking about buying and selling cars, right? Today, as part of it, Rocky's is one of them that sells cars at 63rd and Federal. The old-fashioned way, you go there, you look at what you want, used car, truck, SUV, or van, and you can buy them and finance it with 40 lenders to choose from. Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8. 303-426-4646, Rockies. Now, speaking of dealers, Rolly Purefoy is also here. Rolly sells new and used cars and Corvettes. He's Corvette heavy. Are you still Corvette heavy? Do you still have mine?
Not like we were.
Just tell me. I want this car, but I just can't convince the right people.
Well, I'm convinced.
I know. And for anyone, though, man, if you want that look of the Z06, it's the same body. It's that
Grand
wide
Sport.
body.
Corvettes and coffee tomorrow, remember that. Now, you said. Yeah.
Rolling.
Yeah, I got news for you, brother.
Okay, but it's not anything I can help.
I didn't say you could help.
But anyway, we will have that tomorrow, and it'll be a good time.
I'm out of state. And Rolly, it's something that superseded this, and it's out of state. I promise you, I didn't realize it when you made that date. But it's going to be Corvettes and coffee is always fun. We're going to promote that. What time does it start?
9 to noon. And it just
you don't have to have a Corvette to come.
No, it's a real low-key deal, but
it's fun.
Good food. The whole theme is around breast cancer and awareness.
I came there last time, and I love it, but...
You know, we usually have 150 to 200 people show up.
I know.
There's a lot of cars.
And a lot of Corvettes.
Yeah, it's. I'm still always kind of amazed at the amount of people that show up.
They love
time
Corvettes.
and time again, and more new stuff all the time, and it's pretty cool.
Corvettes and coffee. Okay, not Corvettes and vodka.
Maybe some Baileys.
That's Sunday.
303-713-TALK.
Baileys.
And speaking of selling cars and buying cars, what if you want to sell your used car, not trade it in, or just buy a car? Blinker.com is in the house. That's a smartphone app. I just think it's wonderful. I think it's the coolest thing around.
Yeah, I have to admit, I think it's a neat deal. I really do.
It gives an individual
back before the internet
the tools
and everything.
the tools of a dealership.
Kinda, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So I'll
You
be
were
interested.
saying
I think before internet, buying and selling used cars and everything was a little bit different deal. Before all the scams and people trying to take your money and just leave you hanging, you know, it was a little bit different world. But this is, I think there's some credibility to this thing.
Oh man, you know, you take a picture of your car, right? So they thought this out to where you get the back of the car, and if you line it up with the little markers on the phone, on the camera, it's in the app, and then it captures the license plate. And this is the most remarkable technology. This was not necessarily in place, although optical character recognition was in place. They had to cross-reference it with a database along with a driver's license, meld all this information together, and what do you get?
And we create the ad.
Because you find you are searching millions of records.
Yeah, we're searching millions of records, and we do it all in less than 3 seconds. And then we create the ad for you, and we put it out to all the regular places. We put it out to Cars.com and Auto Trader and even Craigslist, and we do that all for free.
Why?
But,
so wait, it is on more apps than just yours.
Oh yeah, no, because Blinker, not many people. So we have to get the car out where people really see it, and then we bring them back to our space.
Transact.
And then one of the other things that's important, once you create the ad, we send it to you so you can put it on Facebook, you can Twitter it, and you can get your friends and family, because a lot of people like to buy cars from people they know. And I was telling you earlier, Tom, we've got a referral program.
Right.
If you download the app and you put in your information, and then there's a little icon that looks like a person on the right side on the bottom corner, and you'll see a line that says invite friends. And in that is a code specifically to you. So if you know somebody that's selling a car, you give them that code, you get $200. We'll send you a check for $200.
Okay.
And the person that is selling their car, they get that code and they enter it in the promo code line. They get $200, and they can send their code to the person that's buying the car, and they get $200. So on one transaction, 3 people can get a check for $200 apiece. Now, we've got some people that evidently know a lot of people that are selling cars, and we're sending them $200 checks on a regular basis because they're promoting Blinker to their friends, and their friends are selling cars, and so that, you know, so people making a little living on it.
So can I download my whole used inventory to you?
Down the road that may happen, but not today.
I'm sorry. First, Mike. Mike's got a question for Blinker. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Tom, I got a 77 Highboy. It's immaculate, and I want to sell it on Blinker, but it asks for a 16-digit VIN, and mine's only 12.
Right.
And it just seemed like I couldn't get it in there.
We can't do anything until 1981 and later. 1981 is when they put a 17-digit serial number on all cars, and that's really important for us for our verification and fraud process.
If he wants to use it, there's no way?
There's no way, because fraud and verification is incredibly important to us. So 1981 and newer is important.
Here, why don't you put the word out on the show, Brand, and then you can give me a chocolate chip cookie if you sell it. Go ahead.
I have a 77 Highboy. It's immaculate, original.
Now,
colors.
can you tell me what a Highboy? I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. A Highboy.
2500 Ford.
Okay. And what is in that?
It's a 400M modified.
400 modified. And tell me about the interior and stuff. Is it refurbished?
It's refurbished. The engine's chrome. It's immaculate. And so I'm stuck with only using Craigslist, and I don't like doing that.
Oh,
so
man,
that's kind of where I'm stuck.
I see the body style. I've seen these all over the place in the past, yeah. But this is a pretty common body. I don't mean common like you see them every day, but it must be a collectible because it's the kind of body I see that people must like. It must be one of those years people just tagged as cool.
Yeah, I got about 15,000 into it, and I'd like to sell it for 18.
Okay, so if you give your number to Suzanne, he's got a 77 Highboy. How many miles on that engine or transmission too?
Well, it's a new engine. So
okay.
The odometer says 208,000.
And what about transmission?
Brand new.
Brand new engine and transmission, 77 Highboy, 2500 Ford 400M, and he'll take around 18 for it. So you can email us live at troubleshooter.com. Suzanne, take his name and number. We can help him out. Dick's got a question on Blinker. Go ahead, Dick.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you guys?
I'm doing great. What's going on, man?
2 questions. First of all, do you have to have a smartphone to do this?
Oh, yeah.
You do have to have a smartphone, and that, again, is part of the verification, because we know when you're listing that car and you're taking the picture that if you're saying that car is in Colorado and you're not in the Ukraine, we know where you are. So that's part of our fraud and verification process, and that's why the smartphone is important.
The other question is, do you handle travel trailers?
We do not. We're only automobiles and cars, trucks, SUVs.
But not RVs.
Not RVs, no.
No. For RVs, you do RV America. Or RV, that's one of them. That's a big, and then, of course, my guy.
Century, baby.
Oh, yeah, Century RV is the best for new and used. But I got to tell you, if you want to have a service department, they have one of those too, which is hard to find. And Century RV is right up on the 119 turnoff and Longmont. And then we just had good luck with Windish RV as far as a deal. Remember they did a special deal for us?
They came through.
Yeah. Now, listen, when it comes to the referral list, I want to be clear. Century RV is on our referral list. New and used RVs are great people. But we did a deal of the day where if you, and I want to remind you of this, if you're looking to buy something and you have your best price, no matter what it is, and you're ready to buy, you call us and we'll beat it. We got one guy a Samsung oven better than the one he was looking at for about $300 or $400 cheaper. It was unbelievable, and he thought he had the best deal in the world. But we went to Appliance Factory Outlet and got him a better one. Then this guy had an RV, went to Windish and got a better deal. And then what else did we do, Mark? What did we do? The RV, and we did the
washer dryer.
Oh, no, that was the Samsung.
Oh,
oven.
I'm sorry.
What else did we do? Just those 2 things?
No. We did a saw. Remember?
Oh, that's right. We did
a normal saw.
A specialty big giant
$7,000 saw.
And we saved him $600.
Yep.
600. This is the real deal. If you're ready to buy something, we'll beat it. No matter what your best price is, we'll beat it. And it's cool. It's a very cool thing. So anyway, getting back to cars and stuff.
Rod, how many cars do you keep in are listed now?
Currently we have about 1,100 on our site.
Oh, that's a lot.
And we've been in Colorado, and that's where we started and really started advertising last November. We moved into Texas right during the hurricane, so we pulled back our advertising a bit and just now have launched in Texas. We opened Florida last week. We haven't done any advertising there yet, but we'll soon. And we'll be in California in 2 weeks. And between those 4 states, that's 30% of the cars in America.
Wow.
So anyway, some guy just said Century. It's not Century, S-E-N-T-R-Y, by the way. I got an instant message. It's Century as in 100. Century RV. It's C-E-N-T-U-R-Y. And they're north of Denver. 303-453-1111.
I just was by there the other day. He's got a lot of stuff up there right now.
I like the fact that he has used and new, because a lot of people, you can get great deals. Now, I think we answered Dick's question, though, on the smartphone thing. I'm sorry about that, but you do need a smartphone.
He can't do it from his rotary dial.
No. Shannon wants to know about lease vehicle. Go ahead, Shannon. What's happening?
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
Yes, what's going on?
I leased a RAV4 from Larry Miller Toyota last year, and then bought an extended warranty, or a warranty, and then also gap coverage.
Okay.
And service coverage.
Okay, so, man, you bought a lot of stuff, and we call that they saw you coming. But anyway, go ahead.
I think so too. I think honestly, I have sucker written on my forehead.
Did you buy the paint protection, the mop and glow?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But thank you. No, I humbly have to admit this. Fortunately, the salesman was great.
Okay.
The service department has been, I want to be kind, they've been horrible. I've taken my car in there on multiple occasions, and I am not believing that they're really doing any work. I think they run it through a car wash and give it right back to me. I took it in, for example, for a tire that was going flat. They looked at it 3 different times, said they couldn't find anything, and then I took it to a Big O tire, and they found a huge nail right away. And I received a bill for that. Well, now, this car only has 24,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
The brakes are already grinding. They're not.
So
just
is this
taking, they're
basically
grinding.
just you just don't like the deal, right? It's just a bad
Well,
deal.
I need to know, what are my rights? Do I have the right to take my car to a third party and then bill Larry Miller for it?
No. Not with warranties. You can't just do that, but you can demand the warranty service if you took it to a third party to inspect it. Now, let's find out exactly what your situation is. How many years left do you have on your lease? How many years?
A year and a half. It's a 3-year lease, and I'm a year and a half into
Okay,
it.
and how many miles on it?
24,465.
Okay, are you right in the mileage? You won't have a penalty for mileage?
Correct.
Okay. So then you have issues, and you're upset that Larry Miller isn't finding them, but you can take that to any dealer that has that brand. You don't have to go to Larry Miller. You can't go to an independent and bill, but you can go to another authorized dealer for warranty work.
Really?
Yes.
And they could,
so what's
and
the?
then it's still
It's
covered.
a RAV, right?
I don't
So
have to,
that's
correct.
right. That's right. You can go to another Toyota dealer. It is a Toyota, right? Yeah, RAV4.
Yes.
So you can go to another Toyota. Who would you recommend?
Up in our area, there's SAP.
But who would you recommend?
Where does she live?
Where do you live?
I live in Colorado Springs.
Oh,
The
that's a different
dealership
deal.
is maybe 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
And they're on Powers and Woodman, approximately.
Who is that?
So the dealership that I leased the car from
Yeah,
is
but
on
you don't
Powers
like
and
them.
Woodman.
You don't like them.
I
so.
really don't. They're
Then don't go to them.
Is there another dealership down in that alley?
So does it have to be a Toyota dealership?
Yes.
Yeah, you want Toyota.
It must be a Toyota dealer for
I'm not
Toyota
familiar
warranty.
with all the Toyotas.
You know,
It doesn't have to be
we can
Larry
call.
Miller.
You know
No,
what?
it does not.
I'll tell you who we can call. We can call one of our contacts down there and see who they would choose.
That might be the only one there.
Thank you.
Yeah, but they might be the only one. You might have to drive to. You might have to drive a little. You know.
I can't believe there's only one Toyota store in Denver. I mean, in Colorado Springs.
Well, Springs isn't that big. For
I
one,
think there's two, and I don't know, but I know all the
Well,
Toyota
Larry
dealers
Miller
here.
has 2 locations,
Yeah.
and this has left a sour taste that I don't trust their quality of service.
well, because they didn't find something with a tire. I don't know if that's completely
Yeah, that's
fair.
not
I've
really
taken
fair.
in the car. No, I've taken in the car 3 other times for the brakes, and then also there was a challenge in the very beginning with the electrical system, and each time the problems continue to reoccur.
Who is tailor-made? I see in the Springs here. It's called tailor-made auto. Oh, no, it says a Toyota.
It's probably used.
It's used.
Oh, okay. No.
So if she's up in Denver, I'd recommend her to go see Rob Edwards at Groove Toyota on South Broadway. He used to work. He's the general manager there. Great guy, and he'll take care of you.
And Pueblo has a Toyota. If you can hold your nose long enough, you could drive through Pueblo.
You know what? I'm happy to go to Denver. One of my
Okay.
stores is up there, so I go there for work.
But your rights are to get warranty work done, okay? And you can go to any authorized dealer. And that's all I can tell you. I'm sorry you're having a tough time. Chris has a question for Blinker we'll get to in a second. I want to talk to Brent Ivinson, though, first from Ideal Home Loans. Brent Ivinson, welcome. And let's talk about between now and the end of the year, buying a home. What a great time, especially when it comes to financing.
Well, for sure. You know, we've got a couple of factors that are really working in the home buyer's favor. One, rates are at their lowest levels of the year, but two, I always encourage people to buy this time of year, and here's why. Anybody who's got their home listed right now coming into the holidays or during the holidays, you are dealing with a very, very motivated seller. When you think through this process, nobody wants to be dealing with showings or anything else. Anybody that's got their house listed right now, they've got to sell, and they're going to be willing to negotiate to get that sale done. We see it again and again in our office year in and year out as we come into this end of the year and the first part of the following year. It is a fantastic time to buy. You will get exceptional value, and with rates being where they're at right now, your buying power is substantially increased.
And talk about making payments. Talk about the reprieve.
That's right. You know, you start the process now. If we close in November, no payment on your new loan until January. So a little break during the holiday season when a lot of people have some additional expenses.
And that's pretty darn cool. That's idealhomeloans.com for the website, or 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000.
from the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
Troubles downtown, both directions of I-25. Still that wreck northbound I-25 at 6th Avenue blocking the right lane. Big backups there, and backups on southbound I-25. A crash approaching Alameda has traffic backed up to I-70. Look out for another wreck on eastbound I-70. This one at Washington. Backups all the way to Federal. The weather forecast: sunny and nice today, but cool. A high of only 65 tonight. Mostly clear and an overnight low of 41. For more real-time traffic updates on your route, download the new Total Traffic app powered by Traffic Karma. Right now we got a few clouds and it's 55 in the Mile High City. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
This report is brought to you by Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com.
If you want luxury countertops at wholesale prices, you need to call Art of Granite. And when they remodel your kitchen, they're going to do your bathroom vanity for absolutely nothing. Call them at 303-386-5919 or go online, artofgranite.net.
Tomorrow is Carpet Mill Outlet Store's one-day private sale. Is your carpet old and dirty? This Saturday is your chance to update to hardwood. Find your nearest Carpet Mill Outlet dealer at carpetmilloutletstores.com. If you buy this month, you get 2 years interest-free.
You think everyone's watching the show with the girl and the dragons and the game and the throne. But just like the show, that's fantasy. More people in America listen to radio than watch that throne show. It's true. Radio reaches 93% of Americans each week. That's more than TV, Facebook, and Google. Put that in your dragon and smoke it. Radio reaches more adults, teens, and even millennials. So if you're a marketer, get the most of your marketing dollar. Talk to the folks who dethrone TV. Go to iHeartMedia.com. For one place, you can reach everybody. AM/FM radio.
80% of Fortune 500 companies lease their vehicles because that's the smart financial move. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky from my friends at Alliance Leasing, who can help you save time and money and more money, and have been doing just that for Colorado businesses for more than 20 years. Alliance Leasing will get you into your fleet vehicles with all the upfit you need at the lowest delivered price. I'm a finance guy, and to me the choice of leasing with Alliance is the obvious one for your business. Learn more at alliance.lease. That's right, just type alliance.lease. Alliance Leasing, your key to the perfect fleet.
Consumers Real Estate Show. That's right, a real estate show for consumers. All inside information to help you, the consumer. Every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 630 KHOW. The Consumers Real Estate Show, Saturday mornings at 8 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. We got so much going on. I just want to make sure that you know about Blinker. We're talking about Blinker. Our guest today, Rolly Purifoy, is with us from Purifoy Chevrolet. We also have Ala Ramos, Pro Auto Care, and Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. Now, Rod Busher is the founder of Blinker.com, and that's a smartphone app for selling cars. Chris has a question about it. Go ahead, Chris. What's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
This Blinker app just sounds really amazing.
It's very cool.
My wife is actually, yeah, it sounds great. My wife's actually looking for a vehicle right now. You know, we're trying to avoid all the caveats of used car buying on Craigslist and all this. And I thought up two questions when I was
By the way, they take a lot of that away. They take a lot of that away by identifying the buyer and also by verifying funds, and you never even have to, touch a
you don't even have to leave your family room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm really excited. I can't wait to show my wife the app and sit down with her and look through it and do some searching this evening when we get home. So the two questions I thought of is, first, I know in Colorado the seller is responsible for making sure the vehicle passes emissions. And does Blinker have anything safeguarded, set up that to make sure that if we buy a vehicle and it doesn't pass emissions, what happens?
So that you should have that emission sticker or emission certificate, and it'll be verified before
In other words,
you do
current.
the transaction.
It's current when you buy it.
Transaction.
It's got to have a certain amount of life left on it. There's a law that says, Chris, it either has a certain amount of life left on it, I forget how long.
6 months.
6 months left on it, or they have to get a new one
or
before
it's
you buy
exempt.
it.
Yep.
Or it's exempt. And I think, would the app explain that to the buyer or not? Is that
it's just part of the to-dos where people know that they have to have an emissions sticker on.
So the
cars
short
and
answer is yes, you're covered on that.
Right.
Perfect. So my second question is, if we buy a car at a dealership, they give you a happy tag, you can drive it right home. If we go buy a private party car, you can take that paperwork down to the DMV same day and you get a happy tag and you can drive it that day. How does it work on Blinker? I know they said they do all the title work for you, but can you go down and get that temp tag?
Oh, what about the temp tag? I never
thought so you can get a, so when you sign the buyer's order, you can download that and print it and go down and get a permit.
You can get a permit that day.
Make the purchase.
Yeah, you just take the buyer's order down to the DMV.
Perfect. So that's cool.
That answers my questions. I'm really excited.
All right, thank you. Yeah, just go on the Play Store or iTunes and get it. Eric wants to know something about insurance. Go ahead, Eric.
Yes, sir. My name is Eric.
Yes.
Last week I had an accident and it was my fault. And then how do they figure out the price of my car now?
Of your car? You mean your insurance is going to pay you for your car?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. They're supposed to take what's called market comps, what the market value is based on the market you're in. But as some people find out, they're not often fair with you. In fact, I sat through a negotiation at my desk. I listened to it while Mark argued for days at a time with his insurance carrier and got them from what price to what price was it, Mark?
Oh, it was ridiculous. $13,000 to $23,000. Yeah. I'm sorry, $16,000 to $23,000. A third of the vehicle.
I watched him, and I was amazed. He went out. What did you do, Mark? Tell him how you did it.
Well, I said, hey, find me one of my cars with the mileage or close, and I'll go buy it right now. I was in a position where there wasn't one of my cars anywhere, so it was pretty simple for me to go to them and say, hey, I found one in New Jersey or wherever I found the exact same car. The only comps I could find were $23,000. That's the bottom line. You got to get comps, man. You got to figure out how much can you buy your car for. You know right now how much.
Yes, my Toyota Camry is 2014. It has 42,000 miles, and they... to my understanding, the car can be fixed. And they're saying, oh, no.
Okay, listen, that part of it's going to be hard. If you want to fix your car and they say it's going to be totaled, then you have the option of taking a little less money and keeping the salvage and getting it fixed. What's wrong with it right now?
It just front panel came out and the hood is a little bit damaged.
What year is this car? You didn't tell me about the car.
14.
Oh, it's 2004. And they say it's totaled?
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's probably better for you. I don't understand why that's an issue. Are you upside down in the vehicle? Are you holding negative equity? Why do you care?
Yes, I still owe about 8,000.
God, this happens all the time. People end up upside down because of negative equity, and the insurance company wants to total it, and here you are. You might negotiate what Tom said, take a little less money, but get that vehicle than you pay to have it fixed.
Did the airbag go off?
No, not at all. No. We were 3 people and everybody is okay. Car is still running. I was able to drive it out to a safe place till the police comes and check it out, but they...
What's the blue book on your vehicle? Have you looked it up? How much are they offering you?
One says it's 10,000 or something, and other is... I'm not sure yet, actually.
God, it puts people in... Think of what he's saying. They're going to offer him $10,000. He owes $8,000.
Right.
He's got to pay that off. He's got $2,000 to buy a car.
Well, that's not their fault what you owe.
No, it's not, but you got to admit, it sucks.
So if you owe money, obviously you got to pay that off.
Correct.
Yeah, but negotiate. If I were you, I wouldn't try to fix a car. I wouldn't.
I don't think that would the lender. I don't think the lender would allow him to keep it without paying it off either.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So you're just screwed. Sorry.
Yeah. When it comes to a total like that, they will listen to the insurance company. They do not want a loan on a car
because the value of that car's gone.
Yep, and the collateral is down. We have an update for Bill. Now, Bill called in with a contractor issue. And the original issue, he called in not long ago, so let's go back to the original issue. He basically had a French drain and an RV pad. It was going to be done. He found this guy, Nathan Kewen. Kewen wrote him a contract for $12,000, wanted $6,000 down just for grins, and he gave him $6,000 just for grins. And then this Nathan guy came back and did very little work. Part of it has to be redone even, this trench. And he left and walked off the job. He got another guy out there who said maybe the work is $1,500 that he had done. And then you said Q offered to give you up to $2,500 back.
Correct.
Okay. So
I think Bill asked for receipts. I asked Nathan for receipts via text. He's communicating with me, Tom. He said he will only show a judge the receipts that he has spent.
You know what?
I would
like to take these guys up on it when they say that. You know why?
Yeah.
I love when they say
he won't even
sue
show
me.
his own customer. He says, Bill wants to duke it out in court. I'll show the judge and the judge only.
What a jerk. What a frickin' moron and a jerk.
It's creepy. I'd say he's a creep.
Yeah, here's what it is. These kind of people should not be in business. They steal your money, then they say, sue me. You know what? We really should sue him. You know, you really should. You really should sue him. And not let him get away with it. And then what we can do is we will help you collect from this guy. We'll haunt him to the grave. Do you want to do it? You should. All you need is a small claims court. You go after him for the full $6,000. You show how that work was meaningless, or give him credit for whatever, $1,000 or whatever. You said some of it has to be redone. I would go after this guy, and we will help you collect. And I hope Nathan Kuhn is listening, because we will collect. We'll haunt you, brother. We will haunt you. So if you want to be in front of a judge, Nathan, we're going to make sure you're in front of a judge. We're also going to make sure you don't get any more business because you are a moron and you are an idiot. That's why. You should never treat people like this. We gave you a chance to come on and give your side of the story. You won't even show your own customer the receipts because you're a creep, as Mark said. I'll agree on that. So Nathan Kuhn, 720 is his number, 720-212-4269. This is a guy, you see this number, you avoid this number. If you see this number on scams list or any other list, you avoid it. That's Nathan Kuhn, 720-212-4269. So he takes $6,000 from a customer. He does a few little hours of work. He claims he spent $6,000 on the work, and he won't show any receipts for anything to his own customer. He doesn't even have to show us. He doesn't have to come on the air, but he will not even talk to his customer unless the customer goes to court.
Tom, just clarification. He claims that he has spent about $2,500, but he won't show receipts. It's ridiculous.
Okay, does he say he'll give the other money back?
He says he'll give half, but he's not giving the whole thing back.
Well, listen. First of all, $2,500 is not half of $6,000. You can tell the moron. But if you can get half, you should try to get half. You should try to get whatever you can. But he won't even talk to the guy. How is he going to arrange to get half?
Yeah, exactly, Tom.
Well, you know what, Nathan? This is going to cost you way more than that. 720-212-4269. Nathan Kuhn. Stay away from him. Stay away as far away as you can. Not only can he not justify the $2,500 unless you go to court, he won't even talk to the guy. So, this is what we have right now. A contractor like how many times do we hear the same story? How many times? Nathan Kuhn, Jay Lopez, Mark, we have hundreds of these, hundreds of them. Now, we try to keep up with
one of the best things,
sleazbrigade.com, but we're running out.
We've got to add more. That's what I was going to say.
We get too many. We got to add more, and then we got to push it.
If you put most of these guys' name in Google that are on Sleaze Brigade currently, one of the first things that comes up to warn people is Sleaze Brigade.
Yeah,
so we got to add bums like this to it.
And Mark, not only add it, but we need to then push it. We need to literally push it out to the community.
Yeah.
All right, Suzanne, make sure Bill gets us information, and then could you try...
We need a picture of him and his mother, or a picture of him.
Try to scout out a picture of Nathan Kuhn if you can. 720-212-4269. Please avoid that number. Please don't call him and tell him what an idiot he is. He probably already knows. You don't have to tell him and say you heard him on the radio. You don't have to call and say you're a lying, cheating ripoff, because he probably already knows that. So if you see this number, 720-212-4269, please avoid it. Avoid it. Joseph A. Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney, but I would advise he not represent Nathan Kuhn if Nathan Kuhn is ever brought up on charges for you know, the Contractors Trust Act, by the way. I wish we had some district attorneys with balls who would go after these guys, but we don't. Or at least some law enforcement officials that would finally enforce the Contractors Trust Act. If you ever get in trouble, and I'm talking specifically to people who are falsely accused, but it doesn't matter actually, to Joseph A. Lazzara. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney, and his job is to provide the best criminal defense, and he will. And especially if you have a DUI. First of all, you should never get one because it's so easy to avoid. Just get a designated driver or use Uber or Lyft. If you are finding yourself accused of a DUI because you made a stupid mistake or you miscalculated, whatever it is, call Joseph A. Lazzara, attorney at law. Joseph A. Lazzara you can find on my referral list at referrallist.com, and it's LazzaraLegal.com with 2 Z's and 1 R, LazzaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200.
Tom, the other thing I'd like to cover is refinance. So let me show you.
Right about that, I forgot about that.
Here's 5 deals we got today. You say this guy in Texas, $122 a month. Which is that person $189 a month. That one $41. This one $175. This one $116. That's all. So just that. So what they do is they take a picture of their car, picture of their driver's license, go sit on their couch, have a glass of wine, and they can be refinanced in minutes. We pay off their current loan. They refinance to us. They can extend the term. They can actually get cash out. If they have equity in their car and they need $5,000 for a regulation, they can get money back, and it'll be in their account tomorrow morning.
What's that? Those stupid clips. In fact, once I saw those, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up to the license. He's putting in a bumper skirt under there anyhow, which I assume the bumper's got to come off. So that kills the 2 birds with one. So, or I'll just have to do it. Anytime I pull those clips, I always end up breaking 1 or 2, and then I got to go find them, and I just don't have it. Right.
Well, Dorman makes them. You can get them put anywhere.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't have the tool to put them on, a meat fork works great.
Okay, is that home? Okay, so
I just hate those clips.
So
I hate dashboards too, man.
I got no problem with
Right. A what? Oh, with Michael? Dude, he is so good. I just never met a body shop like that. I've dealt with a lot of them. With Suzanne's driving, I've met them all.
Yeah, trying to get them to call you back stuff.
So there's a transaction.
They're probably 3 or 4 weeks out right now.
Well, they want to get November 4th, but I'm going to be bird dogging for my son that weekend, so I'm taking it up a weekend.
Now the garage. What's that?
So the garage means that if you own 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars, you take a picture of your car and you take a picture of the driver's license.
Have you ever seen his facility?
You own the car, then you have all the information on your cars at your fingertips.
He's got guys here. I mean, they just know what they're doing. I don't know how else to
So you know what the Carfax report says about your car. And that's all there just to have,
you know, the vehicles he's done for us.
I get called all the time. What's my car number? They go, what's your serial number, driver's license, or your license number? I don't know. Let me go check on the car right back.
Is yours a insurance deal?
And down the road,
ask when you're leaving, say, hey, can I get the, ask for a referral list discount, maybe he'll help you cover part of
things will be part of that.
So I wanted to bring you a suggestion for a financial.
You might not get the full thing, but usually he gives me 50%. 500 on one and 250 on the other.
Many homeowners, my friends at American Financing, have the best option for you.
What, 3 panels to replace?
In 15 years. That's right.
How much do you think it is?
To a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage.
Insurance only shows it at about $4 grand.
High interest debt.
Not including
tens of thousands of dollars in interest over the long run. Yes, tens of thousands.
I'm willing to guarantee it's going to be more.
Well, yeah, they'll find whatever supplements are
nice much less time. It can be a
but yeah, it took out the left front fender, both driver's side doors, and the wheels, the center cap.
And a what?
One of the wheels and center cap.
to their salary-based mortgage consultants, 303-695-7000, or go online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334 regulated by...
You know that on that, and you connected to Texas, that would think you were in Texas.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Genesis Total Exteriors. Are we still up? If you're looking for home improvements the honest way, some guy that's not going to take your money and run away, GenesisTotalExteriors.com for both exterior and interior, home of the famous solar windows that actually have passive solar wired into the grid. Whether you have a solar system or not, they give you credit every month and eventually pay for themselves. 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, so we have Blinker with us. Blinker.com is the website. The smart app is called Blinker. I downloaded it. I have a promo code, so anybody I refer, I get $200. But what I'm going to do is have some fun later. I'm not going to do it now. It's too late in the show. I'm going to give out my promo code when I want to raise money for charity. I'll have people just do that.
You'll have to beat me to mine.
But every dime of mine is going to go to charity.
Not mine. Every dime of mine's going to me.
Okay. So then we'll let people use the codes. And if you want to use a code you get when you sign up as a user, anyone who uses your code as a referral, anyone who downloads and then uses it to buy a car, you'll get $200. And also the buyer can get $200 as a discount or whatever he wants to use it for. And the person selling gets $200. That's like $600 in rewards. That's amazing to me. So we also have some other things to tell you. They basically give you the tools of a dealer when you sell your car. You take a picture. They find out all about your car. They send the ad out to multiple sites. I didn't even know that part of it. They send it out. They syndicate your ad around the country. They also help finance that purchase, and you have nothing to do with that. They do it all. They process all of the paperwork, and they provide you all of the title work. You don't pay a dime for this service, whether you're buying or selling. Of course, if you're buying, you will pay normal finance charges and stuff. Now, listen, let's talk about this. You can also use it. I just thought of this, but he said it's a regular part of it. You take a picture of your car, Mark, and you want to refinance it. How about that? Can somebody actually refinance their car?
We're doing it every day. And we're saving the average customer $100 a month on their car payments. So what's happened is some people have high interest rates and they've made their payments on time, and maybe their credit was challenged to begin with, and now their credit rating is much better. So we can give them a much better interest rate. And so simply take a picture of the back of your car, picture your driver's license, and go in and sit on your couch, have a glass of wine, and you can be refinanced in 20 minutes, and we will pay off your current bank.
Can you get cash out?
You can. If you've got equity in your car, we can give you cash out, and that money will be in your account tomorrow morning.
Can I? Okay. Now, what if I went to a dealer and I really like a car? Oh, no, I can't. You got to buy it through Blinker in order to get the financing.
Correct.
Okay. So that's a cool app, man. So now you can even refinance your car.
Why can't Blinker act like a broker?
So, you know, the whole focus is, you know, I was a dealer for a long time, and so this is a pro-consumer app. It's not anti-dealer in any way. We are servicing the 30% of people, 25 to 30% of the people that sell and sell used cars or are selling through the private party today.
Yeah. And there's lots of them out there.
So there are lots of them out there. So what we're doing is just empowering them, because the experience is so bad on Craigslist. It's dangerous.
Oh my gosh.
And there's no safety and security. So what we're doing is giving those people the dealer tools to be able to do that safely and securely through the app.
I mean, you know,
it seems like it's well thought out too.
Yeah, I mean, it sure is. It's been years in the development, and it was born right here in Colorado, and they're spreading around the country. Let's talk to John. John, what's going on with your diesel? John?
Yes.
What's going on with your diesel?
Yeah, I got a 1989 3500 diesel.
Yeah.
And I've been, when I go down the road, it wants to wrap up like 1,000 RPM. Just once in a while at certain speed limits, and then after a while it'll start doing it at all speed limits. But I just didn't know what else it could be. I've been changing out the crankshaft positioner sensor, I replaced that probably about 6-7 times already, and it always seems good. Does but
guys, you think? What do you think?
But it never goes away. Actually.
Well, you said the RPMs launch on you, but does the vehicle acceleration match that engine? So in other words, when it goes from 1,000 to 2,000 RPM, is the transmission in the truck pulling itself along with that?
Do you have to step on the brake? Do you have to hold your truck back?
No.
It's just the engine racing.
Then it sounds like the transmission is likely slipping.
Your transmission could be slipping?
Yeah, it sounds like you're slipping, so the engine's pulling through the transmission.
Well, no, it's not actually. It's not shifting. It's not shifting down or up. It's just that 1,000 RPM just pops up, and it'll come back down like in like not even a second. It'll come right back down, and then once in a while it'll come back up again.
Does the engine actually sound differently, or are you just seeing a spike in the instrument?
Yeah, exactly. So it just goes there, and then it goes there.
Okay, gotcha.
It sounds like the transmission is slipping.
Like that, right?
Yeah, but I'm not having any transmission problems. I took it to
that is your transmission problem right there.
Yeah, that is. When you say you're not having one, what you're saying is the car doesn't stop, but I mean it doesn't lunge, but it's still it's the clutch. Is it the clutch that's slipping?
You've got clutch packs inside there.
Yeah.
What's happening is that clutch pack's weak, and so it breaks for a minute. So it's actually
and
slipping
when
out.
It comes out
pulling right through that clutch pack. So you're seeing it on that tack.
So when it comes out from under load, it spins up and then it grabs again.
You got it.
That sounds like that.
Boy, but it's happening pretty quick. If he said it in a second, I don't think he could raise that much RPM.
Probably a couple seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, he might be exaggerating. All right. We have some other questions for Blinker. Just hang on, though. I got to take this quick break. This is a serious commercial I want to do. It's one that I don't enjoy doing, but it's necessary. And it's about addiction treatment. The Raleigh House has established a hotline, an information line for everyone, mainly for people who have addicts in their life. But if you're an addict yourself and you want to know about treatment options, you can call this number. If you have a loved one in your life and you want to know how to approach them, they will give you hints and tips because each situation is different. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options that are all evidence-based treatments designed to help you reduce substance abuse. 720-893-5559.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
If you got to travel up in the high country, give yourself...
Westbound I-70 near Genesee, there is crash blocking your right lane back to traffic at 470 interchange. Bookending that on the east side, getting word of a rollover crash. Eastbound I-70 at E470. Watch out for right there.
What time are you leaving?
Eastbound I-70, this one at Washington, back to traffic.
No, I don't mean right show. I mean, when you leaving? I don't know, 4 o'clock, so 2:30. I mean, it's not a lot of times. I got to go home and get stuff. I hate the airport. I hate the airport.
Where you headed?
Newport Beach.
Destination. And I'll tell you what, the situation at Snappa and Santa Rosa, I just talked to, we're getting ready to do a deal with a guy out there that's got a bunch of cars and wants to put on our site. He lost his home, and he said he had no warning, and he got his family out of there with minutes to spare. He left one car in the garage, he went back to his home, it's totally gone. We can't even find any pieces of his car. The fire was so hot, the car just melted.
There's been so many deaths through it. It's crazy.
Well, they're like Big said, they had no warning. This fire just showed up, and they were out of there, and he said, we didn't have a minute to spare.
They interviewed this woman yesterday. She grabbed her kids, jumped in her neighbor's pool, because they had no warning like you're saying. Both houses up in flames. They couldn't run, couldn't do anything. They jumped in the pool, and they made it.
It came that fast? That fast?
And today they say the winds are going to be 60 miles an hour, so it's even going to be worse.
That's the most devastating thing I think that ever happened to California, and that includes that earthquake, or the earthquake.
It's the biggest natural disaster ever. And it's not even, she said they're not even close to being.
Can you imagine the price of wine? It's kind of weird to think of that, but Napa Valley wine's going to shoot up like crazy. They said the smoke will ruin the grapes too, so even stuff far away, just from the smoke. Oh, it's horrible loss of life, horrible. This whole year, it's been incredible. I mean, you know, 2, 3 freaking...
And I went online and Googled it, and they said there's no correlation. But after the full eclipse, all this stuff is happening.
Oh, there's so many Bible thumpers out there that are pushing all that, saying this is all stuff coming down to the end of days.
Well, there was a guy saying everything was end of days last weekend, and then like Friday came and he said, whoops, I was wrong, it's not tomorrow, it's a different day.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Chad has a question about Blinker. Go ahead, Chad.
Just want to know if there's any way to keep track of curbstoners. People are trying to sell 3, 4, 9, 12, 18 cars a year by slip titles, and is there any keeping track of that? Is there any limit on the number of cars I can sell as a Blinker user?
Yeah, so by state law, I think it's 3 cars you can sell a year without being considered a dealer. We monitor that as closely as we can, but we're really not the police on this part. It's really up to them.
And it wouldn't matter to you if they follow all the rules and they use their real name and they own the car.
Well, more important, how would he know how many cars this person sold before?
And they're not going to skip title, by the way, because they have to own it. They have to have...
So we verify the title. I mean, that's really the key, is the person that's taking the picture of the car, their name has to be on that title, or they're not going to get to list it on Blinker.
I just want to protect Rolly Purifoy's interest there.
Yeah, that's right. And this
Thanks, I need all the help I get.
And by the way, I doubt it's not efficient enough for a guy who wants to do that every time, because he has to own every single car and have the title in his name. And a lot of these guys you're talking about, they don't want that. They got to pay sales tax, everything else. There's a big reason they're not going to do that. It's really it's made for individuals. And let's say Charles, what's going on? Charles.
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, I've had some treatment that nobody should ever from Brooks Auto Service there. I have
what's the name of the service place?
Brooks Auto in Fountain. I think it's called Ron Brooks Auto.
And is it book like I read a book?
Yes.
Books? Okay.
And
what did he do to you?
Well, just about everything that you can think of. I have that 1985 Ford truck. And when I first went in there, and actually I've been to him 3 times, and this time I'm pretty confident that he's trying to get my truck, that claiming all of the things that are broken up to 12 different parts, that every one of them are working. Started out with a battery and a lot of other things, and every one of those things are working. And over the time that I've been in and out of there, he put in the first time, I told him, I said, $600 limit, let me know before you put it in there. Originally, his son, he called me up and said...
Hold on, though, before you go on with all this, okay?
I got a whole bunch of...
Well, I understand. I don't want to hear in each and every one. What is the situation right now?
The situation is that I went to Better Business Bureau...
I mean, you want to let people know is what I mean. Or do you have money owed? What specifically are you calling about? You just want to let people know about them?
Okay, I want people to know about him, and then I would like, I was trying to get a second opinion on you on what I should do. Take him to court.
Well, you tell me, what is the infraction, the latest one? I need something solid, not just a bunch of bad treatments. What is the one thing that made you call?
the guy got in my face and one thing and said, I mean, this is irritating, and I had to hold my.
Okay, but what did he do to you? What? Tell me what you want to sue him.
Over the past 3 months,
yeah.
He had my vehicle. He put parts in that has nothing to do with it running. I've taken it back, and he's made all kinds of suggestions.
But did you agree to each and every one of those repairs?
Well, I didn't have a choice after the first one, because if I took it somewhere else, I'd have to start all over again.
Okay, the only thing I can do is this. If you want to have that car checked, we have people who can inspect it to see if he did what you paid for. But as far as he didn't fix the problem, that is something that's intangible. It's something we can't do much about. When they say to you, we want to replace this or replace that, and you approve it, and they really do the work, we can't go after a shop if they're really doing the work. We can only go after them if they're lying and cheating, but it's too hard to prove when people just keep approving parts. What we would have to do, look, is look at your car and look at some invoices and say, look, he charged you for this, but you did not get it. That would be one thing. But if you don't have any cases like that, it's just more of a buyer beware. Stay away from the guy. But you brought it in for an original problem. Do you still have that original problem?
I got part of it. That was the last thing. I paid him another $270-something.
But why do you keep doing it? That's what I want to know. Why do you keep paying this guy?
What would I do after I done put $870?
But you don't keep giving the guy money. You go somewhere else to get him checked. You don't keep giving him money. You know, if you want to, listen, if you want to send your invoices, first of all, how old is your car or truck?
It's a 1985 Ford F-150 with dual tanks on it.
An 85?
Yeah, let me tell you this one. Okay. And then
how many miles on it?
It's got 180-something miles, huh? But
okay.
It's a good running truck.
I understand. Listen, Charles, I believe that you are probably not being treated the way you want, and I believe that you've pumped a lot of money into it, and you don't like the treatment you have, and he got in your face. But here's the problem, okay? When you have a 1985 truck with 180,000 miles on it, and he's putting parts in and you're approving them, I don't have anything specific to go after him, okay? I suggest what you do is send us your invoices, okay? Send us copies for us to at least look at. I want to know what you're talking about, but we would have to prove fraud. Okay, if you just want to put the word out about books, we'll get them on the air, and we'll do that. But and we'll have a discussion. But you're not giving me any one thing to go after. By the way, we're just out of time.
Don't forget, we got all of. Never mind. See ya. We're done. I mean, I just ran out of time with that guy with 180,000 miles. 180. He just floored me with his story. It's just one right after another. It's just so
story.
God Almighty. And then he got in my face, and then his son called me, and I shouldn't have let it go on.
And my dog ran away that day. My 12-pack fell apart. I couldn't believe it.
He said 1985.
And then an ambulance came.
Wait a minute, guys, what do you do, seriously, when you have somebody that comes with an old car like that, and especially when they bring their own spark plugs? I love that. That's a 32-year-old truck. And he's wondering why he hasn't put parts
work on him.
Neither do you.
It's a hassle. It's a hassle.
Yeah.
The first thing, when they show up with their own parts, that's the first indication you don't want.
We don't let them in the shop.
There's going to be a problem.
We will never accept other people.
No,
we just
like
bringing your wine to the.
I have very few exceptions. You know, when we're doing custom.
What? You don't do that?
Doing retros or something, they
I got to run.
change the stickers automatic.
All right, later. I'll see you Monday, bro.
Hey, Rod, I'll walk you down.
So
We're early, man.
Fancy shit.
Honest to God, I got to tell you something. I'll be off. Rolly, I'm sorry, man. Stephanie did this whole thing for this special weekend.
The one.
Please, that's all right.
No.
I'll send you my information.
Honest to goodness, I mean, seriously, she surprised me, so to speak, with a weekend trip.
Of course. Gotta move my money out of the way. I have singles. Perfect.
Well, you've got a lot of things in the car business to just tell them.
Yeah. It's funny, I knew a whole bunch of people.
Aren't you the one that got LA in it?
Yeah.
89.
Well, Elway and Chesron.
Well, Chesron came in. He was a competitor. And then when Automation bought us, they combined Chesron and Mitch Pierce's deal, for Emick's deal, Chesron, Emick, and us. I left. I got the check and left.
I don't even pretend to understand all that stuff, what you guys did.
The problem is,
that's big time stuff.
If you keep making all this new money, the old money gets stale and unused, right? I mean, it comes to a point where you just keep making it, and it goes bad.
You sound excited about what you're doing.
Sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, no, this is the most exciting deal I've ever done.
And you got huge technology, killer. Your team of people.
How old are you, Rod?
64.
To you by American Financing.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Sound familiar?
Did you know a guy, Ray Cooper?
Yeah, he used to work for me for years.
It's a small world. I know all those
He
guys.
was my GM from 91 until we sold in 98.
Great weekend, guys.
He's really...
See you, Jeff.
He's got
Harley deal.
Almost like he sold him. I actually helped him.
I don't remember when I first met you, but I've met you before.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I was.
Somewhere through the years.
Yeah.
So the boat Ray used to have a service.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, he's really sick. It's almost like MS.
Oh, does he really? That's a heartbreak. He's a good guy. I knew him for years.